あ。はいみんな、エムリだよ。Hi everyone, Emuri here. Good evening. Welcome. 久しぶり. Long time no see. Since Saturday, I think. Yeah, last time I streamed was Saturday. Hello, Tai-san. Hello, Vince-san. Welcome to the stream. ゆりかちゃん。はい、ゆりかちゃん。Welcome. 嬉しい。Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. I'm sorry I couldn't go to your previous stream. I had school. Let's see. Rook-san, good evening. Welcome. Sushi Dog-san. いらっしゃい. Welcome. 嬉しい. ありがとう来てくれて. Woo. Yeah, last time I streamed I think was on Saturday. 配信は土曜日以来かな。久しぶり。It's felt so long since then. How do you pronounce your name? Stephen-san or Steven-san? But welcome to the stream. ありがとう. Thank you so much for coming. I'm doing good, thank you. How's everyone? How's everyone's week been so far? Yurika-chan, thank you so much. I'm just happy you're here. Papa-san, welcome. I don't know where the heck are you. You're an Emily stream. You've been transported to Emily stream, yes. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. 嬉しい. Today, I hope I can finish up Higurashi. But if not, I'll be finishing up tomorrow evening around the same time. 今日日暮らし終わらせようと思うんだけど、もし終わんなかったらまた明日この時間に配信しようと思います。はい。So guess what, guys? I hit 400 Twitter followers. Woo! Twitter のフォロワーさん400人来ました。やった。Thank you so much. Steven, okay. Your name gets borked so many times. Well, yeah, I'm glad that I got one of the pronunciations right. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome. ありがとう. Thank you. おめでとうございます。ありがとう. Yeah, thank you. Now I have to work hard on my YouTube sub count too. 頑張るよ. And let's see. I was gonna show you guys something. One more thing. Where'd it go? どこ行っちゃった? Can you guys hear the music okay? BGM の音量大丈夫かな? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the congrats. Oh yeah, so if you guys notice, I got a new icon. How do you pronounce icon? I can't pronounce things. Icon, yeah, YouTube icon. Sound is good. Yay! 227 subs, yeah, YouTube's doing good too. BGM good. Yeah, but yeah, I got a new icon. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but そう、アイコン新しく書いていただいたんだけど、It was drawn by ごまさん on Twitter. Twitter のごまさんに書いていただきました。Yeah. Sorry, it's covering my face. Let me move it maybe. I really like this icon. Woo. Maybe I should move my model instead. ちょっとモデルを動かした方がいいね、これは。There we go. そう、お揃いゆりかちゃんと、yeah. そう、same artist as Yurika-chan's icon. Yeah, it's really cute. Well, you guys might be thinking it doesn't look like me though. 似てないとか思ってないだろうね。確かに似てないかも。Yeah, it might not really look like the me now, but that's just because let's see, my current model can't really have everything that I want. But this is my full design. そう、このデザインが一応私のフルのデザインなんだけど、今使ってるモデルには、ちょっと、使えないものとか入ってるから。 まあいつか 2D になったらね。If I ever get live 2D model or original model, yeah, I want to follow this design. ちびゆ。Yeah. 似てるよかった。Doesn't she like look a little more お姉さん maybe? もうちょっとお姉さんっぽくないこのアイコンの方が。like she's got that ara energy maybe? あらあらみたいな感じ。どうかなわかるゆりかちゃん。So yeah. Woo! はい。Gonna move myself again. はい。Let's see. Also, speaking of Higurashi, the full versions of the new anime's opening and ending a song are out. Yeah. So I was listening to them today. They're really good. そうなんかね、今放送中の日暮らしのアニメのオープニングとエンディングテーマのフルがもう出たんだけど、それを聞いてたら、すごく良かった。Yeah, you could get them on I have it on Apple Music, but I think it's on Spotify too. So you should listen to it. 3D limitations, yeah. I know, 残念。Yeah. 3D だとね、いろいろ限られてる。私はカスタムキャスト使ってるんだけどね。Yeah, I'm using custom cast, but yeah, there's definitely limitations. Oh well. My icon looks cute and I'm happy. But yeah, let's see what else. I have a list of things I'm going through really fast before I start the stream. Oh yeah, you guys know what's coming up? You guys know what's coming up at the end of the month? Black Friday. そう。今月のね、終わりはね、まあ日本はどうか知らないんだけど、私が住んでるところはブラックフライデーっていうのがあって。Black Friday is coming out. You know what that means? Things are gonna go on sale. You know what that means? I'm gonna start looking for computer. Woo! I need to upgrade, and I think Black Friday is the perfect time to upgrade because hopefully a lot of things will be on sale, right? そうブラックフライデーセールを狙ってちょっとその時に新しい PC を買おうと思っています。はい。Yeah, Black Friday! Steven さん You don't know what's going on? Don't worry. I'll do, except for memes. Well, if you're ever confused or want me to explain something, just ask me when I'm playing, yeah. We are actually reaching the climax, so you might actually be a little confused in parts, but I'll explain it to you. Yeah. アメリカだけだと思った。そうかな。I think Black Friday, is Black Friday? I'm pretty sure Canada, America, where else does Black Friday? Do you guys know if anywhere else does Black Friday besides Canada and United States? どうだろうアメリカだけのものかなゆりかちゃんのところにはないゆりかちゃん、do they have Black Friday where you are? Let me know if you need help with PC parts. Thank you. I'll definitely ask for you for help because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I don't know anything about this. I have a few friends that said they could help me pick out some things, but yeah. Better deals on Cyber Monday. Yeah, that's also what I meant. So, Cyber Monday もあった。Yeah, I meant Black Friday / Cyber Monday for stuff. 日本やんない。そっか。OK. Steven さん。Yeah, something like that. Honestly, I'm not really sure either because I'm still in the first game. Mainly a North American thing. Okay. Alright. But yeah, there's good deals. I remember last year I bought my monitor during Black Friday. Or Cyber Monday. 去年ブラックフライデーだった時は、モニター買ったんだよ、今使ってる。Yeah. I got it for, good stuff. I forgot the price though. 値段忘れちゃったけど。Just to copy the US. なるほど。Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have Thanksgiving. なるほど、yeah. なるほど、yeah. That would make sense though, because Black Friday is originally something that comes after Thanksgiving. Okay. Turkey Day. Steven-san. It's so hard to stream with a potato PC though. Anyway, today we're gonna start Higurashi before my PC dies, because that's always the limitations. If my PC didn't die, I would be streaming probably for hours and hours. Because I don't get tired streaming, but like, yeah, it is what it is. もしね、PC がもうちょっと良かったらもっと長い配信とかしてたと思う。まあ、いつかね。めぐらまきさん、welcome! Thank you so much for coming! Good morning! I'm about to start the game. ありがとう。今からゲーム始めようと思います。Okay, let me pull up the game. ちょっとゲーム開いてみます。Where did it go? ごめんね、いっぱいおしゃべりしちゃって。Sorry for talking a lot. I just feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while since like Saturday, so. あ、コロナさん welcome! Hey! Thank you so much for coming, 嬉しい I'm so happy to see you. Woo! Alright. Sorry if you see the game glitching. It'll be fine though. よいしょ。Okay. So now, I'm gonna turn on the game BGM. ちょっと待ってね。Okay. And we are ready to play some Higurashi. Woo! I had it turned off here, so I'm gonna turn it on. Alright, you should hear the sound of cicadas. セミの音がするはずなんだけど。11 years old! すごい! Wow, that's so old! Talk our ears off. Oh my gosh. I need to do more chit chat streams. そうそう、雑談配信をもっとやらないとね。Let's see. Can you guys hear it? It shouldn't be that loud. But let's just start the game. And if you guys want me to raise it, I'll raise it. ゲーム始めるけど、BGM の音量上げてほしかったら言ってね。Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna raise it a bit more on my end. こんな感じかな。わかんない。Okay. That should be okay. So, where did we leave off last time? この前やった時何があったっけ? I think so Keiichi has been getting increasingly paranoid, I think. Yeah, Keiichi, the main character, was getting increasingly paranoid and scared about everyone, and he doesn't trust anyone anymore. And I think at the end of the last part, he told himself that he was gonna go find a bat to protect himself. I think that's what happened, right? To get the gist of it, yeah. そうそう、なんかね、この前はね、確かケイイチくんが MC のケイイチくんが、すごいなんか、恐怖心を持っていて、なんかね、もう誰も他のキャラのこと信用してなくて、確かいろいろ妄想、やばい妄想もしてたんだよね。怖い妄想。そしてもう自分の身を守ろうっていう感じで、確か野球バットを探しに行くっていうところで、終わったと思うんだけど。Yeah. So he's gonna go look for a bat. Oh boy. Yeah, he thought he found the needle in the mochi, yeah. そうそう、なんか他のキャラにね、女の子にお餅をもらって、そのお餅の中に針が入ってたみたいな怖い出来事があったんだけど。Yeah, scary happenings last week. But the problem is we weren't sure if it was actually a needle because he was very vague about it. Like, it seemed like it could have been something else, but he wasn't sure what it was. Alright. そうそうそうそう。ケイチくんやばいんだよね。被害妄想、そうそう。Alright, let's get started. End of chapter 10. Was it? Yeah. I think we're reaching the climax. もうそろそろクライマックスだと思うから。Alright, how's the music? A bat? Yeah. He's out to get a bat. Continue. Right? Yeah. Wait. We had tips. ちょっと待って。忘れた。I forgot. I forgot the tips. Sounds good? Good. ちょっと待って。I forgot the tips. New tips. Not feeling so hot. Okay. じゃあチップを読んでいきます。Before we start chapter 10, we're gonna read the tips. Keiichi-kun's been feeling down lately. Maybe he's in a bad mood. I wonder. Maybe he's on his period. Can Mion stop making jokes like that? Me-chan, that's gross. What is that laugh? どういう笑い方? I can't read that. What do you think? Don't know. Could be that Kei-chan, maybe? I don't know. That day Kei-chan was in that car talking to some tubby middle-aged guy, right? Yeah, no mistake. That Oishi, he probably fed him something fishy. He was so serious. Keiichi-kun's face was so pale. You see, you might not know this, but he's actually the messenger of Oyashiro-sama. Eh? どういうこと? What does this mean? Messenger of Oyashiro-sama. Okay. Huh? What do you mean? Whenever he shows up, someone is demoned away. Eh? No lie. Oh? Is that so? The year before last, when Rika-chan's mom drowned, right? Right before that, she was visited by Oishi. Ah! Keiichi-kun じゃなくて、Oishi-san ね. Okay. So not Keiichi-kun. Oishi-san is the messenger of Oyashiro-sama. Got it. Okay. Now that you mention it, it happened before Satoshi-kun transferred out. 神里さん welcome! ありがとう来てくれて I'm playing Higurashi! Woo! If you need an explanation or anything, let me know. Enjoy your stay. Let's see. Transferred? Ah, you're so sweet, Rena. So this time he's appeared before Keiichi-kun. So Keiichi-kun is going to be demoned away too? Eh? An empty silence hung in the air, and then it was suddenly interrupted by loud laughter. Eh? How do you say messenger in Japanese? But yeah, like Oishi-san. I knew he was sus. I knew Oishi-san was sus. He's ruining everything. He's the one who's gonna get Keiichi-kun killed. We all knew this. We all saw this coming, right? Oh, wait. Continue. お社様の使い。はい。ありがとう、寿司ドッグさん。かなかなそう。確かそれだった。使いね。はい。おいしさんがね、やばい人なのね、じゃあ。Okay, continuing. はい、続きをやります。This was the first time I'd ever woke with such clarity. It was 5:59, just moments before my alarm would go off. 早い朝 朝の5時59分. That's so early in the morning. I was amazed at the precision of my internal clock. I had made preparations for the next day of school before I went to bed. I changed quickly and descended to the deserted lower floor. No problem, Maki-san. Enjoy your breakfast. It appeared that my mom was still asleep. Neither breakfast nor lunch was ready. Yesterday, I just unilaterally declared that I would be leaving early today, so it couldn't be helped. I slathered jam in some bread and topped it with instant cocoa. Sorry. Eh? Okay, I thought he put instant cocoa on his toast. Or bread. 一瞬、インスタントココアをパンの上に乗っけたかと思っちゃった。Just as I was finishing up breakfast, Mom rose groggily from her slumber. My Keiichi, you're up so early. Is there some sort of school event? He did? I was hoping he didn't. Welcome, Eagle-san. Thank you so much for subscribing. welcome. ありがとう、チャンネル登録. Thank you. I'm playing Higurashi right now. Let's see. My Keiichi, you're up so early. Is there some sort of school event? Not really. Answering bluntly, I picked up my bag and stood after stuffing 2 slices of bread down my throat. You're leaving already? What about lunch? If you don't wait a bit, I can't make it. If I waited for her to make my lunch, then it would end up being the same time as usual. If I did that, it would raise the chances of me running into Rena and Mion on the way. He's trying to avoid them. Yes, from today onwards, I was going to go to school alone. I'll be fine for today. Then what will you do for lunch? I'll slip out and buy some bread or something at the store. Really? Then here's some lunch money. Be sure to bring me back the receipt. I took the 1,000 yen bill from Mom and slipped it into my pocket. Man, Keiichi mama yasashi. Such a nice mom. It's pretty early. Is Rena-chan up this early as well? No, just me. Did you tell Rena-chan that you're leaving early? I have no reason to tell her every little detail now, do I? Finding it difficult answering the onslaught of questions, I made an annoyed face. Tell Rena that I went ahead when she comes. Hey, Keiichi, wait! It's not that I didn't trust my parents. I just couldn't rely on them. They couldn't help me. I could only hope that they didn't get involved. It was safer that way. My mom's annoying voice was cut off by the slam of the door. He's so mean, calling his mom annoying. Obviously, Keiichi mama is best girl, right? How could he do that? もう、ケイイチくんのお母さんすごい優しいのに、何このうるさいとか言ってるんだけど、ケイイチくんが。ママのこと。ひどいよね。For the first time since I moved here, I headed down the road to school alone. Oh no, he's going down the road alone. Up until now, I had always walked down the same path at the same time each day. So I always met with the same people at the same places. But today was different. I didn't meet the people I would normally, and nobody was at the places where I would have normally met them. Of course, Rena wasn't in the spot where we usually met, and there wasn't anyone at the spot where we would have met with Mion. The length of the trees' shadows, the morning air, and the brightness of the sun. It was a completely different type of morning from what I was used to. Without a doubt, it felt strange. Baba-san, Keiichi grandma. Yeah, we never met Grandma and Grandpa Keiichi. It left me with the impression that I had destroyed the illusion Hinamizawa had set up for me before it had enough time to prepare all of the props needed to deceive me. My, Keiichi-kun, you're so early today. Is everyone meeting early this morning? The person who called out to me was someone we always passed by as they were taking a walk along the edge of the fields. Their name was, I forgot. Of course, this wasn't the spot where we usually passed each other. I woke up early today, so I thought it would be a good change of pace. That's all. I threw out a random excuse. What about Rena-chan and Mion-chan? Are you by yourself today? Well, yeah. I was being asked the same type of questions my mom was asking. So I answered them in the same uninteresting, vague manner. It wasn't funny being asked where Rena was each time I passed by someone. But maybe it was to be expected. It was because for so long we were always together so amicably. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Even I felt that if I let my guard down, we could still be friends. Stop it, Keiichi. Don't think about that anymore. You spent all day yesterday thinking about how dangerous it was to go soft, didn't you? Beep beep! A car horn blared from out of nowhere. Even though I was walking, lost in thought, that horn was way too close. A mechanical behemoth barreled at me from behind, catching me completely off guard. By the time I turned around, the van's hulking chassis was almost on top of me. What are these words? I'd seen plenty of cars veer to the opposite shoulder to avoid pedestrians, but this car was doing the opposite. It felt like there was somebody on the opposite shoulder and the van was swerving in my direction to avoid them. That blissfully ignorant train of thought delayed me from realizing something much, much more important. What's happening? That large mass was hurtling right at me. Oh no, it's trying to run him over? Eh? Was it going to hit me? The inside of my head instantly flooded with painfully cold liquid. In that moment, the scene before me, no, time itself, had frozen. Yabai. Yabai. In this silence of the frozen moment, I compared the van, so close that I had no way to dodge it, and my body, the upper half, twisted awkwardly in order to look behind me. There was no way I could dive out of the way in my current position. Keiichi's getting sick. So Keiichi, say bye, Keiichi. Say hello to the new isekai. If I lost focus now, this moment would unpause, and I would probably be plowed over, caught in this silly pose. Bend my upper body over towards a paddy by the side of the road. If I bent far enough, I'd get away with just being hit by the side view mirror. As soon as the thought crossed my mind, the temporal status was shattered by the deafening sound of the van. The side mirror struck my shoulder, sending me spinning off through the air like a top, locked in my contorted position. Ah, Keiichi-kun! Ah! Kiss flash. Sent tumbling through the air, I crashed into the muddy paddy by the side of the road. My entire body was soiled and drenched. Hey, wouldn't maybe a isekai be better than where he is right now, though? Just saying. But the choice I had made in that instant was unmistakably for the best. I was covered in mud, but when the alternative was being hit by the car, it was the closest I could be to being unscathed. Rising out from the paddy, I had enough in me to glare over at the stopped van and yell profanities at the driver. I'm not sure if he was able to see me, but the van sped off suddenly. Wait, damn it! This was what they call a hit and run, wasn't it? I couldn't help but continue yelling out profanities. The disgrace from being covered in mud hurt me more than any physical wounds. I slogged through the muddy paddy and made my way back onto the road. Oh, time to go home! This is a crime, goddammit! Shit, I'll track you down and sue you! If I go looking for a van, I'm sure to find it in this little village. The path I was on had rice paddies on either side, and it had become so narrow that one car could barely fit through. It wasn't a place you could tear full speed down in a car, let alone pass by pedestrians. Not only was it a narrow road, but the car just now was closer to my side of the road than the other when it went past me. I'm bad at reading today. ちょっと待って、お茶飲むね. I'm gonna drink some tea. Alright. I feel like usually I'm able to read faster, so I'm gonna do my best. Even as I cursed, I was desperately trying to suppress the dark cloud rolling up within me. This wasn't just a hit and run. That car just now was trying to run me over, wasn't it? Yes. You just realized, Keiichika? Thinking back, I did feel like there had been a car creeping up on me slowly for a while. That's right. As soon as I'd parted ways with that person taking a walk, I had that feeling the whole time. If it had wanted to pass me, then it had no shortage of chances. Normally, I would have felt suspicious and turned around sooner, but I was lost in thought and now was kicking myself for not realizing it was there sooner. And then, when the path became narrow and there was no one else in sight, he floored it. If I had hesitated for even a moment, the result would have been no laughing matter. As the adrenaline rush from nearly being run over subsided, and realization of just how terrifying the preceding events were sunk in, there was no doubt about it. That van was intentionally trying to hit me. A cold, vicious sweat seeped from my scalp and slid down my back before dribbling off. Oops. I struggled to avoid falling into a panic. There was still the possibility that this was really just an accident. Calm down, Keiichi. But also, don't be so naive, Keiichi. Which one? Being that lax will get you killed next time. You need to always be on your toes. Don't give them any openings. If my enemy was really out to kill me, then next time they would use a more reliable method. If that time came and I was acting like I was now, I being covered in mud was the price I had paid for my own naivety. Covered in mud, but without injury. Not even a sprain. I guess this was what you would call the silver lining. I began walking again, this time cautiously. I wouldn't even show a hint of carelessness. I had suspected only Rena and the others up until now. No, it was because I had suspected them that I had believed that there were no other enemies. Oishi-san had said so, didn't he? There was a possibility that all the families of the village were involved. Was I really mired so deeply in this situation that I had no choice but to try and carry on as usual? Wouldn't it be safest just to hole myself up in my house? But the moment I abandoned my regular routine, everyone around me would abandon theirs as well. That was just too horrifying of a thought. I recalled the tales Oishi-san told me of when Hinamizawa was still called Onikakushi. A frightening tale of an entire village of demons hunting their prey, surrounding them and eating them alive. One must not interfere with the demons. One must pretend not to see it. The enemy were numerous. All the village families. The villagers with their unwavering faith in the curse would do nothing to help me. Yeah, he needs to go get the bat. He needs to hurry. The strong sudden flash of sunshine made me slightly dizzy. I had no idea what was going on anymore. When I suspected it was the work of man, I would catch a glimpse of Oyashiro-sama's curse, and when I suspected it was Oyashiro-sama's curse, someone would poke their head out. What was coincidence? What was intentional? Who was my enemy? Who was just a bystander? No, what I really truly wanted to know was, how did I end up with the proverbial bullseye painted on my back? Eventually, an answer in a form I could understand will appear. I don't care when that will happen, because until then, I cannot die. That alone fueled my resolve to fight and will keep me alive. Alright, time to get the bat. Before anything worse happens. You can't, save yourself from a car with a bat, though. I remembered seeing the metal bat in the gym storage shed, but there was a padlock on the door barring my entry. At the very least, I wanted to get my hands on it before everyone else arrived at the school. I circled around the school grounds impatiently. But all I could find were things like pieces of lumber, nothing that I could bring into the classroom easily. Get a gun. This is Japan in the 1980s. I don't know if he could get a gun. If he could, it would be so easy at this point, you know? That's a cheat. Then I had an epiphany. I should search inside the classroom. If it was something in the classroom to begin with, then there wouldn't be a problem. I remember he said he wanted to get a bat because he wanted something that wouldn't stand out. People could look at it and just go okay, yeah. They wouldn't think, it's a weapon or anything. Yeah. I could tell that everyone's indoor shoes were still in their lockers. Good thing I came early. Nobody else was here yet. I wondered, what could I find in the classroom? I didn't think I could find an especially effective weapon like a bat. But it couldn't be helped at this point. Until the gym storage shed was open, I needed to find a substitute. A lingering hint of naivety whispered that there was no way I'd be attacked at school. But such soft ideas would no longer protect me. Boy lives by a literal forest. Yeah, exactly. He's in the middle of nowhere. To think that they were slowly making their way into parts of my life that I'd once thought impenetrable. Yes. In the worst case, my own house might not be safe anymore. That was an incredibly frightening thought. But I believe that not considering the worst case scenario would have been even more frightening. Anyways, I will survive. So long as I live, then I will definitely be able to escape this labyrinth of nonsense. Definitely. My exploration of the classroom came to an impasse. That much was to be expected. There was no way there would be anything that could be a weapon in the classroom. In case of emergency, there was probably nothing I could do but swing my own chair around. Why not use chopsticks? Chopsticks? Maybe. No, but does he have enough force to actually be able to use them effectively? My gaze landed on the lockers that had come to be used for personal storage. The locker that Mion used to store her pile of games was among them. There was one for each person in the class, all lined up. Of course, there was one for me as well. Oh yeah, there was supposed to still be a tracksuit in my locker. Seeing me covered in mud would be strange. Yeah, I got changed. I should go change later. But first I needed a weapon. If one of my classmates came, it would be hard to rummage through all the lockers. I swiftly began opening the lockers one by one. They were mostly just filled with things like gym clothes, personal items, and umbrellas. Ah yeah, poke the eye. An umbrella. If I couldn't find anything better, then this would have to be my weapon. Yeah, umbrellas are effective, right? Have you guys seen Another? The anime Another? Yeah, umbrellas. Umbrellas are dangerous. I was about to give up on finding anything decent when I opened a locker that held exactly what I wanted. Oh? It was, without a doubt, a metal bat. Who has a metal bat in their locker? I guess someone that likes baseball. It was well worn and pretty beaten up, but there was no doubt it was usable. In that locker that reeked of mold, there also hung a baseball uniform. Why does it reek of mold? Has anyone used this locker? Mary Poppins. It was probably the locker of a student in a Pee-wee league or something like that. If that was the case, then he'd probably ask for it back. At that time, I could hear the voices of children scuffling their way noisily in from the hallway. Oh no, hurry up! Hayek. Amongst them I could make out Rika-chan and Satoko. Ah! Good morning. Nipa! My, you're quite early this morning, Keiichi-san. I nonchalantly hid the bat I was holding behind my back. Nothing. What is with your outfit? You're covered in mud! Yeah. Oh wait, this is Keiichi. Yeah, I had a little incident. I'm going to change now, so cut me some slack. With that being said, I began taking off my clothes. Satoko began to blush just as I expected her to. Change in front of a lady! Have you no tact at all? I would think that a lady staring at someone who was changing would be the one lacking tact. Oh jeez. Just go to the bathroom. There's no changing room for the boys, so just deal with it. Oh really? I Satoko feigned disgust. She went into the hall, still blushing. Conversely, Rika-chan continued to stare at me, preparing to change. Rika-chan? If Rika-chan is a lady as well, then I don't think it would be appropriate for you to be watching. I'm not a lady, so it's fine. Eh? You're not a lady? What are you? She deliberately pouted and looked at me with upturned eyes. Okay. Then starting now, you're a lady. If I'm a lady, then I suppose I must. Nipa! Rika-chan, appearing to be satisfied with being considered a lady, made her way to join Satoko in the hallway. Rika is Rika, yeah. Welcome, Mikolori-san. Thank you for coming. I just noticed. Welcome, welcome. Arigato. Just as I breathed a sigh of relief, Rika-chan stopped suddenly and turned back towards me. Are you going to start playing baseball? It seems that Rika-chan had noticed the bat. Yeah, just, I was feeling a bit out of shape. So I thought I'd just try practicing my swing. I think it's wonderful you have taken care of your health. She was talking like an old lady despite her appearance. After saying that, Rika-chan started to leave again, but stopped and looked back at me once more. Nani? Please don't lose that bat. Nande? Why? Why would she say that? It seems she already knew I took it out of someone's locker. There was no name on the locker door. I didn't know whose bat it was, but I would be borrowing it until they complained. What if it's Satoshi-kun's bat? このバットもしかしてサトシ君のなんじゃないの? That's why there's no name on a locker. Yeah. I bet it's Satoshi's. Nipa! It wouldn't be for long, just until the gym storage shed was opened. After quickly changing into the tracksuit, I checked the time. I still had plenty of time before class began because I came so early. I took the bat in one hand and went out to the schoolyard. That was, of course, to practice my swing. I needed to make it known I would always have a bat on me so I could practice my swing. At some point, the sunlight had become even stronger. Disregarding my classmates as they made their way to school, I took my position in the shadow of the school building. I wasn't that academic type, and I wasn't much of an athlete either. I might get muscle pain if I just suddenly started swinging. I should at least start out with some warm-ups. See, this guy's weak. This guy can't even defend himself. He's weak. I doubt anyone would think I was doing something out of the ordinary. Which was the exact opposite of my actual mental state. I gripped the bat and swung lightly. What if your friends are part of a cult and they will sacrifice you to Cthulhu? You mean Inanis? I would love to be sacrificed to Inanis. Please. I would gladly offer myself. I gripped the bat and swung lightly. The bat was by no means light. The weight would make it a reliable weapon when I needed it to be. KGB drinking too much soy. Yes. Of course, I could only pray that the moment I needed to use this as a weapon would never come. Just carrying it around could deter attacks against me. At least that's what I hoped. Whoosh, whoosh. Ah. Huh? Kei-chan? What are you doing? Being bombarded with such a hysterical voice, I jumped. Whoa, Kei-kun, are you on the baseball team? The baseball team? It was Rena and Mion. I was surprised to hear you went off ahead. What are you doing, Kei-chan? Ooh. I forgot about the oohs. They're rat guys. Can't you tell by looking? I'm practicing my swing for the championship. You can say it's part of my diet if you want. Diet? Kei-chan, are you really that fat? The mochi made him fat. The mochi you gave him made him fat. Bet you didn't know I actually have a beer belly. It's plump and jiggles. Plump and jiggles. Rena, you don't have to imagine something weird like that. To disrupt Rena from imagining something that vulgar, I ruffled her hair messily. Well then, hope you make it to regionals at least. This old man will cheer you on. Regionally speaking, it seems that Oshima High is pretty strong. They say their southpaw, Kameda-kun, is amazing. Good luck, Ulu. Seems they've made me out as some kind of local prodigy, but oh well. Well, if I really did make it to the championship, it would be a cinch. After all, I'd be the pitcher and catcher. I'd pitch the ball, then run past that ball I just threw and change over to being the catcher in a burst of super incredible explosive speed. I laughed dryly at the ludicrous image. Coming back to my senses, I smashed the bat against the ground. I don't like that sound. Damn it! What am I laughing at? You okay, Keiichi? 大丈夫? Keiichi-kun 大丈夫? I pounded the ground over and over. With each impact, the reverberation traveling through the bat stung my hands. If they make me smile like that, don't allow anyone close to me. Don't trust anyone. No matter how many times I tell myself that, if they made me smile like that, Keiichi-kun. I already knew quite well that there were demons dwelling in my smiling friends. But I just couldn't believe it. Did that kind of split personality really exist? Like how Rena confessed to the doctor. Were they simply being possessed by Oyashiro-sama? In other words, did a supernatural being like Oyashiro-sama really exist, and was it possessing everyone to try and kill me? Yeah, that would be wonderful. If only everyone were actually my friends all along and everything was just Oyashiro-sama's fault. You damn fool, Keiichi Maebara, come on now! I yelled out, drawing out all the power from the pit of my stomach, and raised the bat violently into the air. Stop being so soft! As I screamed out with all my might, I beat the metal bat into the ground over and over. This kid's gonna ruin the bat before he gets to use it. With every impact, my weakness was being beaten down. Smash. Forget. Smash. Don't be soft. Smash. Know your enemy. Smash. Like how I'd let them kill me. My shoulders heaving up and down from my ragged breathing, I heard the first bell ring just as I calmed down. I think he has anger issues. Keiichi has anger issues? Well, I mean, he does think the whole, town's trying to kill him, so I don't blame him, I guess. I gasped with a sudden realization. That was the final bell. As I felt all the tension drain from me, I let out a deep breath. My mind was in a muddled state for much of the entire day. I didn't feel like I was awake, but it didn't feel like I was asleep either. I couldn't say it felt especially comfortable, but I felt a kind of relief that the sanctity of the school part of my daily life had yet to be violated. How long would I have to keep on living like this? I could only grit my teeth and bear with it as this living hell slowly gnawed away at me. Keiichi-kun, come on! It's club time, Ulu! The sound of Rena's voice brought me back to my senses. Come on, Kei-chan! Oh, come on, Kei-chan, stop spacing out! Bring your desk! Everyone was moving their desks together as usual. Taro! Welcome! Thank you so much for stopping by! Arigato! Ureshi, I'm happy! That's right, it was happy fun club time. But I had no intention of taking part. I haphazardly stuffed the contents of my desk into my bag as I prepared to go home. It was a weak-handed gesture to avoid having to actually say I'll be going home now. What's this, Kei-chan? You're planning on going home right away again? Mion sounded quite disappointed. I'm just not in the mood. Could you just let me be for a while? Keiichi has Keiichi has completely become a loner now. Remember at the beginning of the series? No, now he's a loner. He doesn't want to socialize anymore. The tone of the words that spilled from my mouth matched Mion's disapproving glare. Taro-san. My day's been going pretty fine. Yep. I was busy, but now I get to stream, so I'm happy. I hope your day's been going well too. Woo woo. It felt like the air in the room had dried out. Baba-san, nice joke. Let's see. Satoko looked like she was about to say something, but perhaps dissuaded by the mood, she swallowed her words and stayed silent. Nobody said a thing. I took that to mean that I could leave if I wanted. But the collective gaze of the four of them, like the tiny pins used to mount an insect in display, held me in place. Rena was the one who cut through the heavy mood. Keiichi-kun, you just didn't like playing with girls, I guess. Ooh. My heart. 心が。ごめんね、ねなちゃん。Keiichi-kunがこんなに陰キャで。I'm sorry, Keiichi-kun is like this, Rena-chan. I didn't mean to make you sad. And okay, Taro. Thank you so much for organizing it. I can't wait. Good luck. Sorry you're doing all the organizing. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Sad boy Keiichi. Emo goth loner Keiichi. Yes. She said it in such a melancholic tone that it sent a wave of pain racing through my heart. If this pain was going to kill me, I wanted it to be the soft part of me that could still feel pain. I tore my chest, violently tearing out the pins that held me in place. That's not it at all! I'd only be hurting myself by saying anything more, so I swallowed my words. Cutting things off there, I turned away and exited the classroom. They didn't speak a word to me as I left. Keiichi! It was a long, dull trip back home, but I didn't lose focus. I firmly squeezed the grip of the bat, which was already soggy from sweat. Realizing that, I wiped it down with my sleeve. If something were to happen, I wouldn't want it to be slippery. Since this morning, I'd become especially sensitive to the presence of cars. I feel that. I don't like cars either. I can drive, but it doesn't. Cars are yeah. Cars can be yabai sometimes. And once you've experienced something bad like an accident, you know, it makes you traumatized. Even while walking, my ears pricked up and sought out threatening sounds and presences that could be closing in. Taro, you love cars? That's good. I'm glad you love them. Just drive safe. And that was why I could hear it. Without a doubt, there were footsteps. Those footsteps had matched up perfectly with mine for a while now. From what I could sense, it was just one person, but I had no intention of being careless. Did they intend to follow me like that car this morning until we were in a good location to assault me? バットを持ってどうするわかんない。はっきり言ってわかんない。Yeah, what is he gonna do with a bat? I mean, he said it was for self-defense, but honestly, I don't know what he's planning on doing with it. Some random person. Welcome! ありがとう来てくれて。Welcome to the stream! Thank you! Then it wasn't a good idea to keep walking like this. I stopped walking and looked back. The wooded path, crowded with trees, responded with silence as if there was nothing there to begin with. But I wouldn't be fooled. I was certain footsteps were following me. And just as I stopped, the footsteps stopped as well. Oh no. Yabai. Yabai yo. Yabai. Steven-san. Oh my gosh, it's scary. Yeah, I've seen some nasty stuff too, and it's like horrifying. So yeah, guys, be careful when you drive. Yeah, be careful. That's when you turn around and ask, Sup? Then you whack them with the bat. Me, the person following me, wanted to keep their distance. That was without question proof that I was their target. I held my breath, waiting for the presence to panic and start moving again. What was that guy's name that died? Tomitake-san. Yeah. Plot twist. It's Tomitake-san. Tomitake-san だったりして。もう死んじゃったけど。The trees rustled with the sound of the wind. The Higurashi also joined in the dissonant chorus, trying to throw my focus into disarray. Had 5 minutes passed? Or had I been like this for a whole 30 minutes? Katie, you okay? It was so hard to breathe that I might have suffocated. It seemed I would be the first one to panic. Without a doubt, he was lurking in the shade of that tree with bated breath. Then I'd make the first move. I fixed my grip on the bat. Oh no, he's gonna do it. I raised it up to my shoulder to be ready to swing it at any time. Hey, I know you're there. With all of my might, I screamed at whoever was hiding in the shade of trees. But the presence in the shade didn't budge. Oh no. Until the moment I found them, they had no intention of revealing themselves. I know already! I know you're there! I screamed out angrily at them again, but even still they didn't move at all. やばいね、これ。ちょっと。This is kind of shady. Then I'll go over to myself. Is Keiichi okay? Yikes. With all due vigilance, I approached step by step. Stepping into the tree's shadow, I saw a human figure there. That figure was curled up like a small animal. Keiichi, you messed up again! Ah! Oi, Keiichi! Rena-chan じゃん! Oh my gosh. Colonel Sanders, I totally forgot he existed. Yes, if only it was Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna drink some tea. Oh my gosh. Look at her, she looks so harmless. How could you yell at her like that? This is why he's gonna get himself killed. He's been treating her like you know. Rena! When she realized I had found her, her expression softened. She seemed apologetic, but wasn't going to speak a word. Did you have some business with me? I wouldn't expect that silence and screamed a question at her. Jeez. Keiichi, calm down. No, not really. It's just, Rena was in a panic with tears welling up in her eyes. Ah, Rena-chan, ごめん。ちょっとレナちゃん泣かせてるんだけど、ケイチくん。最悪。Keiichi's low, man. He's making her cry. How could he? But it was obvious that she had been following me. What about the club? Since you're not... I'm not... That shouldn't matter. Don't mind me and just play. But I'm just worried about you. PMPing. 寿司ドッグさん、お昼ご飯食べに行くね。エミリちゃん頑張ってね。楽しかったよ。エミリちゃんの2%可愛かった。寿司ドッグちゃん。オッケー。ありがとうね、来てくれて。はい。お昼ご飯楽しんできてね。Enjoy your lunch. 2%. バイバイ、寿司ドッグちゃん。See you again. バイバイ。Thank you so much. Did I read this part? Thinking about how I'd been acting up until now, it wasn't hard to imagine that my behavior could have been perceived as strange. So Rena was concerned. At a quick glance, that's how it would seem. ありがとう、寿司ドッグちゃん。Steven-san, yeah, I agree. Keiichi hasn't been very nice to everyone. But I wasn't going to let my guard down that easily. Even if that was really the case, she still wouldn't have to do something like try to tail me. She's just worried about you. Jeez. Calm down. She should have called out to me when I was leaving and gone out right with me. But Rena didn't do that. She kept her distance from me and matched my walking speed. On top of that, she matched the sound of her footsteps and deviously tried to hide her presence from me. I feel like he's just thinking that. But what if he is right? Yeah. Then there's a thing. But what if he is right? Yeah. What if she really was following him like that? But at the same time, I think Keiichi's overreacting. That's just me. Then, after she realized I noticed she was there, she held her breath as she tried hiding from me. She wore a timid expression that would force one to take pity on her, but without a doubt, she was tailing me. Stop following me. How? Ooh. Still glaring at Rena, I continued walking onwards. After I'd walked for a bit, she ignored my command and began walking again, so I yelled at her once more. I told you not to follow me! But my house is in the same direction. This is cringy. Keiichi-kun, come on! And yeah, Baba-san, I remember that. I almost forgot about that incident. That was scary. That one was scary. Indeed. We cannot forget that. We must not forget that incident. There was this one time she was stalking Keiichi in like a couple parts ago, and it was like sort of a jump scare moment. Never forget. Then walk ahead of me. I'll start walking once I can't see her anymore. I moved out of the way and waved my bat violently to urge her forward. I like to go home together with you. Making a pitiful expression, she meekly squeaked out the words in a voice that she knew would cut into my heart. Oh, my kokoro. Kokoro ga. That agitated me to no end. I knew it was a lie. If you wanted to go home together, then you should have called out to me. Ikolori-san, I think it was part 4. I think out of my videos it was, I think it was part 4. Yeah. Where like the scary stuff happened. Now you're just blurting out random lies. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It seemed that the seething anger within me was written all over my face. Even without me saying anything, Rena had understood what I was feeling inside. If you get it, then go! I swung the bat, urging her again to walk. Rena looked back and forth between me and the bat and started walking hesitantly, then stopped again. Go on then, hurry! I'm going! So please stop with the bat! It's scary! Rena guarded herself while pointing at me, holding the bat. She may have realized that I wasn't planning on using this bat for baseball. Okay, Kalari-san, thank you. Enjoy watching our archives. It's actually really long, though. Yep, we went through many hours of Higurashi so far. Taro-san, okay, good luck. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you so much for stopping by, too. Talk to you later. Mata ne. Yeah, take care. Don't overwork yourself, Taro. She deserves an Oscar. Yeah, I agree. She may have realized that I wasn't planning on using this bat for baseball. I lowered the bat, but still guardedly opened the way for her. Go. There's no problem now, is there? There was nothing else she could protest. She passed by me timidly, so as to not send me off. As I watched her pass by, she stopped completely after having barely moved at all. Hey, don't stop! Then, a powerful gust blew past us. Barraging? How do you pronounce it? Barraging? Well, you got the point. My face with dust. Nani. The dust got into my eyes and clouded my vision. While rubbing my eyes with my left hand, I swung blindly with the bat in my right, protecting the small opening I had presented. But Rena didn't even try to attack during that opening. Attack me? No, she hadn't budged an inch. Barraging. Barraging? Maybe? Kana? I could tell from the sound of a fluttering skirt in the wind. He could hear her skirt. Are skirts audible, guys? Barraging. Alright. I got it. Barraging. Right? Maybe? As her skirt settled, so did the silence. At that moment, the voice inside of me immediately warned me of impending danger. I was caught by surprise. The smell of the air had changed? I got it! Yay! Without me realizing it, the air around me suddenly felt like a calamity was about to befall me. It was like the air had suddenly become invisible concrete, like Rena and I were locked into space. Rena didn't move an inch. Also unable to move, I stared at her back. Eh? What's happening? Rena was the first to break the silence. Instantly, she altered her stance. I felt like I had just... Oh no! Oh no, guys, it's coming! Oh no! I felt like I had just witnessed her shift from Rena into the other person who looks like Rena. But the voice was one I knew well, which filled me with kind of a bewildering pity. Carelessly, I felt relief upon hearing the pitiful voice. Eh? Well, excuse me, but, can I ask you something? Too shy to even turn around, Rena squeezed out her voice out desperately as she trembled. What? Why do you have a bat? I wonder. Ooh. The question Rena asked was by no means unexpected. I can carry whatever I want. But you didn't have one up until today. Why so suddenly? Ooh. I don't know if I should still be putting oohs in at this point. Maybe I'll take them out. It doesn't fit. It's alright if I decide to do something suddenly, isn't it? This is a dramatic moment, guys. Is it strange that I have a bat? Because, Keiichi, you're not the kind of person to play baseball. It's weird. I couldn't tell what kind of answer she was looking for, and I was getting tired of answering her. I just suddenly got the urge to play baseball. Is that so weird? It's weird. She answered instantly, and that annoyed me slightly. I just suddenly wanted to play baseball. And I wanted to practice my swing, so I'm carrying around a bat. What's strange about that? Strange. Weird. Definitely. Why has Keiichi-kun also... Your ramblings are annoying me. Is it that strange for me to have an interest in sports? Oh my gosh. I tried to sound a bit more threatening to end the conversation. Until my suspicions about Rena were cleared, I had no obligation to answer her questions. I'm sorry. Don't get so angry. Rena still didn't turn around and spat out words of apology one after the next. Just one last thing. Tell me one last thing. I don't feel like talking anymore. Hurry up and go. I yelled loudly at her, causing her to flinch like she had been struck. Seeing her in such a pathetic state caused my heart to ache sorely. But even though she was afraid, she stubbornly kept herself from moving. Before I was able to threaten her again, Rena asked her final question. Why is that bat the same too? Guys, was I right? Is it Satoshi-kun's bat? I bet it's Satoshi-kun's bat. I bet I called it. What do you guys think? Let me drink some tea. お茶飲みます。なんで同じなのって聞いてるんだけど、レナちゃんが、そのバットは。絶対サトシくんのバットなんだよ、これは。どうだろう ?Okay. What did she mean by the bat was the same? I had no idea what she was talking about. What are you saying? Okay, so if you guys are wondering who the heck is Satoshi, he's like, he's a guy that used to, go to their school. He used to be their classmate. Before Keiichi-kun moved to Hinamizawa, before Keiichi-kun even was in Hinamizawa, there was a guy named Satoshi-kun, and he went missing. And Keiichi-kun sits in now the desk of Satoshi-kun, sits at the desk. So yeah, I bet that bat belonged to Satoshi-kun. I mean, why is even the bat the same? I don't understand what you mean at all. Say it clearly. Even still, Rena didn't turn around. After inhaling deeply, she screamed. I mean, why is even the bat the same as Satoshi-kun's? Satoshi being, huh? I called it, guys. I called it. What if Satoshi and Keiichi are the same? Yeah, I'm starting to get kind of weirded out by this thing. What does she mean by even the bat? Upon hearing that name out of the blue, I became dumbfounded for a brief moment. By Satoshi, did she mean the student who transferred out last year? No, that couldn't be. Rena had tried to cover it up by saying he transferred, but Oishi-san told me quite clearly that he was missing. He was a student who sat in my seat up until last year. He was believed to have been demoned away by Oyashiro-sama's curse. There you guys, you got a TLDR of Satoshi's character right here. Yeah, Higurashi's weird. Alright. I didn't know the details about his disappearance. The aunt he lived with was killed the night of the Watanagashi by a drug addict. And not long after that, he suddenly vanished and was now missing. That Satoshi and I were... what? My gaze fell to the bat in my hands. Oh, and also one more thing. Satoshi-kun has the same last name as Satoko. Yeah. Satoko-chan. The blonde little girl. Yeah. Could it be? Satoshi Hojo. Did he not see it until now? 名前書いてあったじゃん. It was a bit difficult to see, but that was what was written on the white tape at the end of the bat. I see, so this was Satoshi's bat. Oh, this was Satoshi's bat? Since nobody was using it, I borrowed it. That's not a problem, is it? That's not it! The way Rena said that made it seem like this bat was something that should never be touched. Oh no. Cursed bat. Like it was some sort of offering at a shrine or a memento of the deceased. I could only stand there, perplexed and unable to respond. Rena continued speaking without waiting for a reply. Why is it that you're doing the exact same thing as Satoshi-kun did when it happened to him? Rena was talking about more than just the bat belonging to Satoshi. It was the same with Satoshi-kun. He joined a baseball team, but he didn't really like baseball. What does that have to do with me? Satoshi-kun also suddenly started walking around with a bat one day. He joined a team, but he wasn't the type to play sports. What about it? I closed my mouth before I could say that out loud. Listen carefully, Keiichi. Rena's trying to tell us something important. Satoshi-kun also one day came to school all by himself all of a sudden, just like Keiichi-kun. Then one day he suddenly started practicing his swing, just like Keiichi-kun. Then one day he suddenly began carrying the bat around with him, just like Keiichi-kun. Oh no. Then one day he suddenly... Then one day he suddenly what? Rena had swallowed her words. Rena's sudden silence brought a hush back to the surrounding area. It was then that I could finally digest the content of the entire conversation. She was saying my chain of actions was exactly the same as Satoshi's. What was the meaning of this? Up until just now, I'd forgotten all about Satoshi. Not gonna lie, I did too. I had never paid much thought to him in the first place. Not only that, I didn't even know anything of what he'd done. My actions today should have been my own creation after all the planning I had done. But they had been the exact same as Satoshi's? Is he possessed? Hey Keiichi, are you possessed? Hello? You okay? then Satoshi... No, more importantly, if both Satoshi and I acted the same, then there was a really good possibility that what happened after would be the same. What happened after? Rena's just worried about him. Rena, that day, what happened to Satoshi? Rena knew. She knew what became of Satoshi. No, forget about what happened to a guy in the past. This is some Groundhog Day stuff, I know, right? History is repeating itself. Rena knew what was going to happen to me. Answer me, Rena. What happened to him? With that, I grabbed Rena's shoulder violently and forcibly turned her around to face me. I'm scared. As I faced her, I felt a jolt travel through my entire body. Ah! Kita. It's here, guys. It's here, boys. She has no face. That would have been more terrifying. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm glad she has a face then. I told you, Keiichi-kun. It was that person that I didn't know. At least it definitely wasn't the Rena Ryugu I'd been talking to up until now. The voice just now didn't have a trace of trembling or emotion that it had before. The amount of regret I felt for turning around so carelessly was unsurpassed. The gaze that pierced like a cold needle. The smile on her face that invoked an image of having been carved out by a knife. Chills went down my spine. My mind froze under a layer of rime. Both of Rena's eyes pierced through mine, leaving me unable to look away. As if to remind me of the fear from that time before, Rena brought her face close to mine, so close that I could feel her breath. Her face had filled my entire field of vision. Then, her sharply shaped lips grew even sharper, like the curve of a crescent moon. She grinned. I told you, Keiichi-kun. After a short pause, Rena repeated the same words again. Eh? Yeah, maybe you're reliving Satoshi, yeah. Satoshi-kun, you see, transferred out. Transferred, meaning what? He went missing. What Rena meant must have been some new definition of transfer that I was previously not aware of. My throat and lips dried up. I couldn't even acknowledge what I had just heard. All I could do was swallow down my own saliva. It would seem that Rena saw that as a nod. She pulled her gaze back and spryly stepped back 2-3 paces. As she did, my legs gave out and I fell to my knees pathetically. Rena and me on my knees underneath her emotionless smile. That had to be a very odd sight indeed. Seeing me in that pathetic state, she neither scoffed at me nor held out her hand. But I could neither stand nor escape with her gaze shooting through my eyes. There was undoubtedly a metal bat in my hand. But right now it was useless to me. I was like a fly caught in a web. Jeez, Keiichi, what are you going to do if you can't use the bat when you need to? Keiichi! Heavy sweat beaded all over my body. I could feel it dripping from my skin. But you won't, will you, Keiichi-kun? Rena finally released me from the cage of time after what felt like an eternity. But her question was missing something important and was incredibly vague. Once again I swallowed hard, urging her on. Do what? What does she not want me to do? Transfer. Yikes. 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 Achievement unlocked. Pinch hitter. Alright. Okay, guys. Let me drink some water. ちょっとお水飲みます。はい。ちょっと待ってて。Sorry about the model pause there. Yikes. Yeah, stuff is going to happen. And I'm worried about it. I think we're halfway through chapter 11 now. I'm not sure. Is this the type of game that has multiple endings? I don't know, honestly. I think so far I have not made a single decision. So I almost think that at least Onikakushi will not have choices to make. I think. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I'm playing this game blind. Satoshi and I had what? All my well-planned actions throughout the day turned out to have been nothing more than a reenactment of what Satoshi had done. Satoshi, had he really been in the same situation as I was now? Yabai. The friends he had gotten along with had changed suddenly and for no reason, at least none that I had noticed, planned to kill him? Then, fearing for his life as I am, he got a bat to protect himself and carried it around every day to practice his swing? And then one day, suddenly, he transferred. My blood went cold, causing a prickling sensation to course through my veins. Starting near my heart, it radiated outwards, from the top of my head to the soles of my feet, chilling every part of me without recourse. What does she mean by transfer? What does she mean by transfer? Was Satoshi still at wherever he transferred to? Was he the only one who would be able to understand me? Would he be able to tell me why it all ended up like this? Alright guys, the next arc's gonna be Finding Satoshi arc. Finding Satoshi. Yes. Steven-san, same. Honestly, yeah. Scary AF. More importantly, where did he transfer to? What does she mean by transfer? What does she mean by transfer? Before I knew it, I was at my front door. The frigid knob was hard to turn. Was nobody home? It wasn't that odd of an occurrence. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the single key attached to my first seal keychain. Oh no, I have a bad feeling. 嫌な予感がする. I stepped into the entryway. Just as I was about to take off my shoes, a chill ran down my spine. Oh no. Someone had entered right behind me. Are you sure it's not your parents, Keiichi? Yabai! Like a classmate messing around and standing right up against my back. You're kidding, right? Oh my gosh, I hate this filter. It had to be my imagination. Logically speaking, it was impossible for someone to be able to hide their presence within my personal space all the way through the door. But there was undoubtedly someone behind me. Hey now, Keiichi. How do you know they're there, even though they're behind you? Because I could hear the sound of flowing hair. There's no other reason I'd hear that sound. That was the presence. Because I could hear the sound of them blinking. Wait, can you hear the sound of people blinking? Can you guys hear me blink? Can you guys hear this? I sure can't. Keiichi Maebara, there's no way you could hear that. Yeah, exactly. He answered my question. It was mostly instinct than anything else that was warning me of the presence. Common sense was telling me that it was just my imagination. Yeah, it's like Morse code. It was just my imagination. There was nobody behind me. I began to erase the mental image of an eerie figure standing behind me. Maybe you're dead? Oh no. But at the same time, I asked myself, if there was a nobody, then what was I feeling? As an uncomfortable sensation crawled up my spine. Actually, wouldn't it be better if there was somebody there? If there was nobody there when you turn around, would you be able to accept that? I'd be able to answer all those questions just by looking behind me. But I didn't have enough courage to even do that simple task. Alright, Keiichi, don't you have the bat? Keiichi can bat 持ってるよね. Isn't he holding the bat? He should just like swing around with the bat, you know? And watch it be his mom. Okay, never mind. Don't do that. Don't turn around. Well, what would you guys do? What would you guys do if you thought there was some creepo behind you? Would you just keep on walking? I would run. Yeah. That's what I would do. 逃げるしかないね. There's not much to run in here since he's already in his house, but... Yeah. This is horror movie 101. You're right. But I didn't even have enough courage to even do that simple task. Alright, I could try speaking to them. The person behind me might answer me. It was a random thought. I didn't care how I went about it, just so long as I didn't have to turn around. If I'd calmed down and thought about it, I would have known that wouldn't have solved anything. Who is it? I spoke in such a hoarse, broken voice that I couldn't believe it was my own. I could almost feel them contemplating their response. I felt it. There's no way I should be able to do that. Calm down, Keiichi. It's all in your head. Just tell them to leave in a polite manner. But yeah, remember when he was yelling at Rena earlier? Remember when he felt someone behind him and he started yelling? Yeah, he should just yell again. Jeez. What happened to all that anger that he had earlier? I don't like jump scares. Okay. It wasn't a jump scare. That time I was certain I heard it. As if hesitantly trying to answer my inquiry, I was certain I could hear the sound of somebody inhaling. Like that. I heard it. I heard it clearly. It was a girl. A young girl. I didn't know who, but a tiny speck of courage in me, however reckless it was, inspired a primal yet fitting solution to this current predicament. A scream. Keiichi! All the force in my body released from the lungs and through my throat, seizing all thought processes in my head. Steven-san. You're ruining the mood. I'm joking. That's funny. Suppressing all my thoughts and emotions, I began to collapse like a house of cards, somehow managing to twist my body and look back as I did so. It was definitely there. Right there. Somebody was there. Until the moment I turned around, until I brought the area behind me into my field of vision, they were definitely there. Falling face up, my eyes traced the remnants of the presence suspended in the empty space. It couldn't be. They were invisible. What? You can't see someone that's invisible. They looked like they weren't there. But were they actually still standing there? As I screamed, all the emotions I was holding back burst free in a violent wave. However, I was decidedly calm as my emotional dam collapsed. The turbulent wave of pent-up emotions was skillfully diverted into a torrent of aggression. That emotion was definitely required to extricate myself from the bizarre situation happening right in front of me. In my state of heightened lucidity, I entrusted my body to the fury. The metal bat held firm in my right hand as if drawn there by a magnet. A mid-level sweep would be the hardest attack to dodge. I remembered reading something like that from a book about swordsmanship or something. Rah! I brandished my will to fight. The afterimage of that... what? Amalgamation. Yes. The afterimage of the amalgamation of metal flashed as it swung from left to right, beating against the entryway. Oh jeez. What did he just hit? KJ! The bat slammed into the right wall, the tip rebounding violently. He's gonna kill his mom by accident. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be his mom. Very calmly, I transferred the force of the rebound into a sweep to the left. Oh jeez. The door of the shoe cupboard was split into pieces. Those two swings whiffled through an empty space, but they seemed to have a great psychological impact on the enemy. I could feel the panic emanating from that space. The attack wasn't the only thing required. I extracted the bat from the cupboard it was embedded in and I screamed as I spun my entire body around in a large arc. Rah! My scream shook the air, imbuing my ferocious swing with even more destructive power. Without mercy or restraint, my violent strike, with certainly fatal force behind it, shattered the top of the cupboard. None of my attacks struck the enemy, but my ferocity had certainly seemed to impact them. What is he talking about? I thought he said the enemy was invisible. What is he doing? What if he's just destroying his house? For no reason. Yeah, Keiichi's kinda gone mad, yeah. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. I don't know about this kid anymore. I think he's a lost cause, honestly. Bye, Keiichi. Breathing heavily, my entire body soaked in sweat, the invisible enemy there, but not there, dispersed. Yeah, see, it's still invisible. When I was certain that the enemy had retreated, I locked the front door and latched the chain. No way, had it only fine retreated and was now inside my house? What is he saying? Once again, I channeled my aggression and searched the house for the presents, but it was gone. I had succeeded in fending it off. Fending what off? At that moment, tension drained from my body and I let out a deep sigh of relief. All the emotions I've been holding back chaotically merged together and began to flood out. A hodgepodge of fear, accomplishment, and disbelief all mixed together and began to flow through my body. Unable to deal with each individual feeling, I beat them all back with the strongest exhaustion. Even in this moment, I remained composed. He thinks he's remaining composed? What he just did was the opposite of composed. He just went crazy. After checking that all the doors throughout the house were locked, I went up to my room on the second floor and closed the curtains. I straightened my back and tilted my head back a little. After clearing my mind of all the idle thoughts, I managed to calm down even more. What was that at the front door? There's definitely something there. Hello, Ju-san! Welcome to my stream. Thank you so much for coming. Arigato. We're just getting to the climax of Higurashi. Did I read what was there? Oh yeah, I didn't read it, sorry. Thinking about it, maybe it was just an apparition I dreamt up in my confused state, but I really didn't think that was the case. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Compose yourself. But no matter how calmly I thought about it, what just happened wasn't a figment of my imagination. It was obviously a supernatural phenomenon, and without a doubt, something was behind me. It wasn't some sort of illusion that I saw amidst my confusion and disorientation. Proof? I had just one piece. When I was asked who is it, they inhaled as if they were about to answer. That sound had clearly reached my ears. The situation I was in right now was still unclear. Either I'd been possessed by the supernatural phenomenon known as Oyashiro-sama's curse, or this was a ruse by the villagers who believed in it and were imitating it. Either way, their motives were unclear. The roundabout way it had been done was also still a mystery. If it was perpetrated by humans, that would mean admitting that it was Rena and the rest of them doing it, but it would be solvable. Oishi-san and the rest of the police would surely arrest my enemy. But if it was a manifestation of Oyashiro-sama's curse, I wonder what would happen. Oishi-san very clearly declared the curses didn't exist. At that time, those words were pretty dependable, but as things were now, with the rising possibility that the perpetrators were not human, he suddenly seemed quite unreliable. If I told Oishi-san this was the work of Oyashiro-sama's curse, what would happen? I could imagine his reaction, but it would go without question that a void would expand rapidly between myself and Oishi-san. With me having so few allies to begin with, and not being able to confidently declare whether or not this was a curse or not, there was no merit to doing that. I'd better keep the facts of what just happened at the doorway to myself. I mean, he just kind of destroyed like a cupboard and like a wall, right? Like someone's ought to see that. Like his parents, right? Right? It would be better if I didn't add what happened here to the memo behind the clock. There was still that ever so slight possibility that I was actually confused when I thought I was composed and I was just going berserk in the entryway. See, even he's starting to doubt his sanity. I'm pretty sure he's not sane anymore. I'm gonna drink some water. Mizu nomimasu. And maybe his parents will notice. I mean, I'm sure they're bound to notice, right? He did quite a bit of damage. Fix it with flex tape. Alright. How wonderful would that be if that was really what had happened? I would be able to refute Oyashiro-sama's curse. But if I denied Oyashiro-sama's curse, then that would mean admitting that Rena and the rest were the perpetrators. Ah yes, flex tape. That's a lot of damage. If I said that Rena and the rest weren't the perpetrators, then that would mean believing in Oyashiro-sama's curse. By denying both of those, I would be admitting that I myself was losing it. The three options from which I couldn't choose became a trilemma. Trilemma? Whoa. Of sorts. They mixed together and formed a whirlpool in my mind, making my head spin. Once again, I straightened myself and leaned my head back slightly to cool myself down. Calm down, Keiichi. Accept what has actually happened as reality. Stop thinking of anything more than that. But I couldn't help but think of it. How wonderful it would be if it turned out I was delirious and everything up until now was a figment of my imagination. Oyashiro-sama's curse wouldn't exist and I would still be bestest buddies with Rena and the rest. I would have to be crazy. That was the first time in my life I'd ever wished for such a thing. What's gonna happen? Ah! Slightly threw me off guard. Now the music's like calming too, what the heck? The phone rang noisily downstairs. Generally there were no calls for me, so I never really answered the phone much. Stop it! Stop this phone ringing sound, I don't like it. But since my parents weren't here, I had no choice. I squirmed off the bed and went downstairs. Okay. Thank you. That sounded too real, exactly! Maybe he has no parents. He did though! What happened to them if he doesn't anymore? Hello, this is the Maibara residence. Oh, there they are. Keiichi? This is Mom. I intuitively had a bad feeling about this. It was because I thought she was going to ask me out to go out and buy some things. So I took the initiative. What? I don't mind having instant noodles for dinner. There's still a lot of them. Instant nudes. Those are good. Yummy, yummy. The other day, we went out as a family and bought a whole case of cup noodles. What if this was all a dream? Yeah, I know, right? What if it was all just a dream? Just a bad dream. I wanted to get a bunch of different kinds, actually, but they refused since the individual packs were expensive. So instead, I got a whole case of the mega-sized pork bone and ginger flavored ones I like. Mega-sized pork bone and ginger instant nudes. Yummy! But my parents don't like strong flavors and didn't touch any of them, so the cupboards were still full of them. Then eat them! So you see, there really isn't a need to go shopping, right? Keiichi, I'm not asking you to go shopping. Both Mommy and Daddy have to go to Tokyo right now because of work. Oh no! Wait, his parents are running away from the village. They just left him behind. Keiichi, your parents left you behind. Why didn't he ask them to take him with them? I don't understand. I should start watching the archives now. I legit don't know how this Oyashiro-sama's curse works. Okay, I could briefly really explain it to you. Okay. So Oyashiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, which is the village that Keiichi-kun moved to. Keiichi or MC. And however, so every year there's a festival honoring Oyashiro-sama called the Watanagashi Festival. And so every year on the day of the festival, someone dies and someone goes missing from the village. So people are calling that Oyashiro-sama's curse. Yeah. So that's a brief rundown of it. I hope that made sense. Keiichi. Oh no. Huh? Right now? This was really abrupt. Come on, Keiichi, say it. Say, take me with you. No, we're already here. Oh. Whoops. We left this afternoon. It's quite a distance to Tokyo from Hinamizawa. Gunning at full speed down the highway would still take 6 hours. Yeah, you guys got it now? Yeah. And the whole incident started ever since there was this like dam project incident in the village where like the government wanted to like drown the village to build a dam, but like the villagers protested. And ever since like a murder incident occurred due to the riots, every year in the Watanagashi festival someone dies. And they're always related to the dam incident in some way. Yeah. Okay. Dad has a license, but since he doesn't like the highway, they likely took the train. It would have taken longer. I'm thinking you might understand since you heard us speaking last night, but it has to do with Daddy's contract. Right now, things aren't going so smoothly. Oh no, Dad! By the way, his dad is a painter. Now that she mentioned it, I did remember that they talked all that time about how his job prospects weren't looking so good. Daddy's really sensitive about things like this, so if we leave things as they are, it will affect his work. Part of my father's particular fragile artistic personality, his emotions changed as easily as the fall sky. You could also just say he couldn't take criticism. Oh. But something like that can be done over the phone. Keiichi, this is your father's job, so can you support him a bit, please? Anyway, it's just faster to talk about it in person, so there wouldn't be any misunderstandings. As their son, there was nothing more I could say once they started talking about work. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Keiichi, will you be fine on your own? Absolutely not. I just destroyed the front entrance of our house. I'm not okay. It's not like I'll die or anything. Oh my god. Rage. Keiichi, can you not say things like that? Alright guys, Keiichi's dying. Sorry Keiichi, you're gonna die. You called it yourself. Keiichi, you shouldn't speak so lightly of dying. If there's something troubling you, just talk to us. I believe mommy will be able to help out. Yesterday I did bring up if I died rather abruptly, so I suppose they were a little worried. Yeah, so Keiichi, and last time I played this, he like wrote like a he wrote a will sort of thing, like he wrote a note in case he ever dies, and he told his parents that he wrote one. Yeah. Too many red flags, yeah. But really, I was more depressed by the fact that nothing would be solved by telling them. But I didn't plan on dying. At least not while I still knew nothing. I would never allow it. I won't die. I won't. I'll survive even if I have to gnaw my leg off. Alright. Yeah. See you then. Tomorrow morning, make sure to wake up. Oh wait, this is the mom. Yeah, see you then. Tomorrow morning, make sure to wake up. And eat your breakfast. And don't forget to take a bath and brush your teeth. Yeah, see you. Yeah, why is Keiichi so dumb? He needs to go to Tokyo right now. He needs to go join his parents, you know, surprise visit. Why is he staying here? I will never understand. The call ended like that. Sometimes my parents went off to Tokyo for business meetings. But Tokyo was far away. They normally did things by phone. And fix the door, Keiichi. Yeah, fix the door before they come back. Is he aware of what he did? Of all the damage he did? The times they did go were normally planned out in advance. It never happened this suddenly. I couldn't say that those circumstances didn't feel strange or rather unnatural. Anyway, I only needed to recognize the reality of the situation. That tonight, I was the only one in the house. Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Yabai. Then when my parents came back from work, I'd be gone. Missing. Why is he saying it himself? Vanished. Looking back on the series of events of the previous 5 years involving Oyashiro-sama's curse, it wouldn't seem that strange at all. Come to think of it, it was getting pretty late. I didn't think it was good that the only light on in the house was from my room on the second floor. もう富武さんも村を出ていくときに殺されたもんね。うん。Now I think about it, Tomitake was killed when he was about to leave. His parents seem fine in Tokyo though. I think Keiichi really should consider either he like fixes his sanity or something. I don't know if that could be done, but anyway, come to think of it, it was getting pretty late. I didn't think it was good that the only light on in the whole house was from my room on the second floor. It was the same as broadcasting to the enemy that my parents were gone and that this was their chance. First, I ran to the living room, flicked on the lights, and turned on the TV onto a reassuring volume. Next was the study. I similarly turned on the lights and some music. With this from the outside, it would look like my parents were here. Once again, I went through the house, checking to see if there was anything left unlocked. When I saw that the veranda and the laundry still hanging out there, I went pale. That would have made it too obvious. I needed to take it down. I snatched on the laundry haphazardly and erased all traces that my mother wasn't there. It should be fine now. The garage. They hadn't gone all the way to Tokyo by car, but they had gone up to Okinomiya Station. The garage was empty, wide open, and in plain sight. This wasn't good. I panicked and rushed out the back to close the normally open garage door. It should be fine now. I needed to get the paper. Mom always got the paper since they left in the afternoon. The evening paper was still out there. Is he okay? Is he okay? My premonition was correct. I pulled out everything from the mailbox and dropped it off in the entryway. With this, for sure, this time it should be fine. Come to think of it, leaving the cupboard busted like that for my little freakout was kind of bad. Yeah, now you realize, Keiichika? Go out and buy some flex tape. I'll just say I tripped and fell and the bag I was holding smashed into it. That's not how it works, Keiichi. That's not how it works. Even so, just leaving it in its current state wasn't good. I should clean it up a little before Mom got back and scolded me. I thought that was my phone! うちの電話かと思った。もうめっちゃびっくりした。As I was going to get them, the phone rang once again. Sorry. That actually scared me. Lentil-san, hello! I don't know if you've been here, but welcome! Thank you for watching my stream. トーンが同じ。もうめっちゃ似てる。Yeah, the tone of the phone ringing really sounds similar to the phone at my house. I seriously thought it was the phone. Okay. Hello. This is the Maebara residence. Oh, is this Keiichika? Is your mother around? She isn't here at the moment. Who is this? You idiot, Keiichi Maebara! Don't reveal that your parents are gone. You can follow up still. Calm down and take care of it. I think she'll be back soon. That wasn't a good response either. Now they might say they'll call again or to tell her to call them when she comes back. Then that's fine. It wasn't anything important. Well then, sorry for the bother. The scenario I feared didn't play out, eliciting a sigh of relief. The call was fortunate in more ways than one. Landlines are still a thing. Yeah, my house still has a landline. My family does, yeah. I'd have to deal with more telephone calls coming in from my parents tonight. I was somehow able to deal with the phone call just now, but I couldn't continue to rely on such poor improvisation. I needed to make up a good story to explain that my parents were home, but couldn't answer the phone at the moment. They were making tempura and couldn't step away right now. That wasn't good enough. They were sick and went to bed because they weren't feeling well. Was that going to be safe enough? Ah! I was thinking about it on the way back to my room when the phone rang once again. Yamera! It was like they were calling up because they knew I was going to lie. I didn't want to pick up, but I knew I had to. They'd suspect my parents weren't here. I should have just taken the phone off the hook under the pretense that I didn't realize that it was. It's so loud. But since the phone rang, I had to pick it up. I prepared myself and lifted up the receiver. Finally. I'm getting like a fight response from hearing that. I'm like, panic. Hello. I stopped announcing that this was the Maebara residence. I had no reason to be kind to someone I didn't know the identity of. Just say that they're doing something special. Yeah, exactly. Man, haven't had a landline in years. Must be 5 years or more. Or what? Oh, wow. I mean, a lot of people don't anymore. I mean, cell phones, right? Yeah. Did I read that? Yeah, I read it. Yonda. But unlike my uncouth voice, the person on the other side sounded goofy and lighthearted. Hello, my apologies for calling so late. This is Oishi from the Okinomiya bookstore. Oishi, we don't need you. Stop talking to me. You're the reason everything bad's happening. Oishi wa mou ii yo. Oishi-san? Is that you, Maebara-san? Good evening. Good to hear that you're doing well. I never said I was doing well. He's assuming I'm doing well. Wait just a moment, please. I grabbed a portable handset and rushed up to my room with it. It was the same no matter where I was since there was no one else home, but I wanted to be in a spot that just felt a bit safer when speaking on the phone with Oichi-san. Sorry for the wait. How are things? Anything changed since then? Since then? When was that exactly? There was something about the brazen way he talked that rubbed me the wrong way. The last time I spoke with Oishi-san was 2 days ago. The day I stayed home from school, I met Oishi-san on the way back from the hospital, and we headed into town for lunch and had a talk. Then after that, Rena and Mion came to check up on me. Whenever I spoke with Oishi-san, they always knew about it. It was like that since the first time I met him. Today's phone call may well be found out by them as well. Hello? Can you hear me, Maebara-san? Huh? Oh, sorry. What did you say? I forgot to do it in the Oishi voice. Sorry, guys. Alright. I asked if anything's changed since last time. There wasn't an answer, so I got a bit worried. Not really. The words stopped in my throat. There was a ton of stuff that happened. All of it baffling. What should I talk about? I didn't understand any of it, but I should try asking. If I didn't ask now, I may never have another chance. This night when my parents weren't home, I had no guarantees I would make it through the night safely after all. Well, Oishi-san, it seems that someone is after me. Really? It could all just be a coincidence. But that day I missed school when I was sick, the two of them came to check up on me. Which two? Rena and Mion. They started asking about how I had lunch with you. What next? They left me some mochi when they came to visit, but there was a needle inside. Fortunately, I somehow didn't swallow it. I wonder, could that just have been a threat? About the needle. It was just one of those common sewing needles you see all the time. There was a hole to thread string through. Not that, Maebara-san. The needle itself. That's evidence. It could be used as proof that they threatened you. Where is that needle? Well, I'm calling it the needle never existed. So he doesn't even have the needle. Remember he just kind of freaked out and like threw the mochi on the wall? Yeah, he lost the needle because he's stupid. Gage-kun brain dead. That's right, that's it! I dropped the receiver and rushed downstairs. When I tossed the mochi, I had overlooked it out of terror, but that needle was a valuable piece of evidence. I had certainly thrown the mochi and needle at the wall together. If it was there, then it would be on the living room wall. But my prudent mother had cleaned that living room wall, and there was not a trace of mochi left on it. Could it be that it dropped in the gap between the wall and the carpet? I frantically searched by running my palm along the carpet, but nothing turned up. I tried moving around the sofa and desks, pulling up the carpet, then flapping it around. But I couldn't find the needle. Did my mom clean up everything without noticing it? It was just 2 days ago. I didn't know what day they collected the burnable trash, but it may still be in the trash bin in the kitchen. Alright, So to those of you that weren't here for the last part, when the needle incident happened, basically Rena and Mion came over and gave Keiichi some mochi because they were worried about him and wanted him to get better. But Keiichi was really like, thought they were sus. And when he bit into the mochi, he felt something sharp, right? And he immediately like pulled it out, but when describing what it was, he wasn't really clear about it. You could go back and watch the video, but he was kind of like, it seems like a needle, but wait, is it really a needle? Why am I saying this? And I was like, it's either a needle or not a needle. And then he just freaked out and like threw it against the wall. Yeah. So we are not really sure if that actually existed or not. At least that's what I thought. Yeah, Keiichi's dumb though. I rushed into the kitchen, opened up the lid of the pail, and poured out the contents. But even at a glance, I could tell that it would be incredibly difficult to find a needle in this pile of trash. I was looking for a needle in a trash sack. I know, I'll try running my hand through it. Keiichi? It was a bit gross, but I was looking for a needle. Keiichi, you're not gonna find the stupid needle. Keiichi! Wake up, Keiichi! Yeah, my boy needs therapy. If I had felt a small prick, I'll be able to find it. It was a pretty tactless method, but it was the quickest. Or she's just still on the phone waiting like, Keiichi? Keiichi? I held my breath and started striking the pile of trash with my hand. Filth flew about. There was nothing more disgusting than this, but it was not the time to be concerned about such details. I continued on for a while, but nothing turned up. I wanted to search more thoroughly, but I was still on the phone. I shouldn't keep Oishi-san waiting for too long. Bro, use a magnet. 頭いい. Ruku-san gets the smart big brain award of the night. Big brain award goes to you, Ruku-san. Later, when Mom got back, I'd have to ask her if there was a needle. I hastily began scribbling on a notepad affixed to the refrigerator with a magnet. Was there a needle? I scrawled the words with a red pen. They're just gonna think you psycho. Galaxy brain rook, yes. I then dashed back up the stairs, where I had been keeping Oishi-san waiting for far too long. Hello? How did it go? I couldn't find it. I was really overwhelmed back then and... I see. It would be great if you could find it. Keep it safe. That's right, the needle wasn't the only incident. I had to tell him about this morning with the hit and run. Also, Oishi-san, that isn't all. Actually, this morning, that van was definitely aiming for me. I could say that without question due to the circumstances at the time. Did you see the license plate? I can search for it from here. Damn! Why is he so stupid? Alright, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to the bathroom real quick and I'm gonna feed my cats, okay? ちょっと待っててね。ちょっとトイレ行ってくる。あと、猫ちゃんたちにご飯あげてくるね。Yeah, I always feed my cats at 11 p.m. and it's 11 p.m. my time, so yeah. I'm gonna go feed them, okay? ちょっと待っててー。はーい。ちょっと待っててー。パパパパパパパー。You can listen to this nice music. はいただいま I'm back お待たせ Sorry to keep you waiting I'm gonna read the comment section. Let's see what you guys are talking about while I was gone. Steven-san. Oh, 11 p.m. there as well. Same time zone. Refill the tea and grab some snacks. That's exactly what I did. Except I just got water this time. I got water, but I bought a whole bag of snacks. はい、おやつ持ってきたよ。Yeah. Let's see. パパパパパ。頑張れ Steven さん I'm sorry to hear that life's not doing so hot for you, but I hope I'm so bad at talking, I'm so sorry, but yeah 頑張って本当に yeah I'm sure there's many good things too, so yeah 頑張れlet's see. Oh wow, you just got a haircut? Congrats! A lot of people have not been getting haircuts lately because of, you know, what's happening in the world, so yeah. Nice to hear. Glad you got one. Oh, thank you so much! I'm glad I could brighten your day a little. ありがとう。life is tough sometimes. みんな頑張ってね。Yeah, everyone work hard. Yeah. Vtubers make me happy. Vtubers also make me happy. Same here. Thanks guys for the welcome back. Sorry it took me a while to read through the comments, but I bought some snacks. おやつ持ってきた Sorry, I got a little hungry. After reading out loud for a while, I got hungry. いっぱい話してたお腹空いちゃった Oh, your grandmother, I see. Yeah. I know someone that has I think it's their aunt. His aunt has dementia, and he told me all these stories, and it's really tough for him to live with her and work at the same time and look after her. Yeah, it's just what happens to people. Yeah, old age. Anything could happen. And I guess you just gotta do your best to help them, you know? Because they can't help themselves as well as they used to. Tough week at work? Work's always tough, isn't it? Yeah. Do your best, do your best. I'm cheering you on. I'm so sorry to hear that, Steven-san. Oh no. I hope she gets better. Exactly. Ganbatte, everyone. Looks like everyone's having a tough time. Sorry, I'm just eating snacks, by the way. Yeah. Hope you overcome this, Steven. Same. You're strong. You could do it. There's many happy and fun things too in life that you can enjoy. So you just have to tough out the bad things, right? Okay, I'm gonna start playing. Sorry. ごめんね、おやつ食べて。I'm eating pretzels. プレッツェル食べてるんだけど。Alright. She had surgery last week to remove the growth. Was a success, so I'm overjoyed by that. Oh my gosh, thank God! I'm so happy. That's good. That's great news. Yeah. Yeah, I hope she gets better and better. Tell her to ganbatte. Yeah, pretzels. Pretzels are so good, yeah, they're like my favorite snack. Okay, getting back to the game. Yeah, Gamba Steven's mom. Alright. はい、じゃあまた始めていこうと思います。Oh yeah, this is where we were. We were at Keiichi being stupid again. Keiichi がバカなところだったね、これは。I just flipped out yelling. Oh wait, did you see the license plate? I can search it from here. Damn, I just flipped out yelling at him back then, but I didn't look at the plate. What failures on my part with the needle on the plate number? I was so focused just protecting myself that I left some of the most important details slip out of my grasp. I punched my pillow, annoyed at how worthless I was. Keiichi big dumb. I'm sorry, I didn't know much more than it was a white van. Nothing to fret about, Maebara-san. Anyone would be shaken up after being hit. Maybe his parents left him because of how dumb it is. Yeah, his parents were running away, but they're like, Keiichi's just gonna make it worse for us. So they left him behind. I guess all of this really isn't a coincidence, is it? Oishi-san started to hem and haw over on the other end. I could imagine him folding his arms. Oishi-san's probably like, this kid's useless. Also, Rena is acting strange. How so? Well, Rena said on the way home today, asking why I was so much like Satoshi-kun. Now I could say with confidence that Rena knew what happened to Satoshi. She knew that there was more to it than him just simply disappearing. Rena knows. She knows something regarding what happened to Satoshi, the kid who was demoned away last year. By the way, demoned away is the translation of Onikakushi, which is also the name of this game. You know, Higurashi no naku koro ni Onikakushi. So yeah. What would that be exactly? It's like spirit away, except like demon away, you know? Rena said I was the same as Satoshi. She said something to the effect that the way things are going, I will end up with the same fate as Satoshi. Fate, you say? Exactly what kind of fate did she say would befall you? Transferring out, she said. Transferring out? Rena said Satoshi transferred out. So given how things are going with me, I'll transfer out too. Oishi-san let out a stern sigh and grumbled loudly. Maebara-san, that was probably some sort of threat, or maybe some type of warning. I thought so too. At that point, I started to think, would it be prudent to sum up everything that had happened up until now as the machinations of some human perpetrator? Other than the theory of it being Rena and the others, I was left with Oyashiro-sama's curse actually existing as the only other explanation. Of course, I couldn't tell that to Oishi-san. Except Rena's strange behavior could be proof of either scenarios. Whether it was Oyashiro-sama's curse being real or everything being part of a conspiracy committed by all the villagers, Rena was involved. Rena had to know something. Rena was suspicious. What exactly was Rena? I couldn't help but think she was somehow involved with the prior string of mysterious deaths. I seemed to recall that Oishi-san had admitted that he had dug into Rena's past a little. He was probably just downplaying it when he said a little. Meaning he had actually dug pretty deep, most likely. I wanted to hear about Rena. I wanted to know what happened at her previous school, among other things that were still unknown to me. If Rena was somebody I should suspect. No, not that. I wanted to know the truth. Tonight, I was alone in this huge house. Even though I said I couldn't count on them, I had lost the security I felt I had just by my parents being around. It wasn't like this house was some sort of fortress or castle. If a malicious person decided to use brute force, they'd easily gain entry. There were no other residences close to the Maebara residence. No one would be able to hear anything no matter how loud it was. I had never felt such resentment towards my father's artistic temperament and the fact that he had this house built in such a remote location as I did right now. Oh, びっくりした. It scared me. I wondered if I would still be here by tomorrow morning. So I had to ask, right now, because I had no idea when the next chance would come. Oishi-san, I have something I wanted to ask about. Can you not hear the doorbell? 聞こえないのかな? Please don't keep anything from me. Sure, ask away. Even though he was so far away on the other end of the line, this was the most reliable he had ever felt. I wanted to ask about Rena, about what happened at her previous school. Actually, regarding Rena's. I noticed a sound that has been going on for a while now. Since I was so focused on the call, I hadn't paid attention to it at first, but I finally realized it was a doorbell. The time was 7 o'clock. It was past the time the postman would be making delivery, and past any sensible time for a neighbor to be visiting. I considered just acting like nobody was home, but that wouldn't be good. That would ruin all the work I put into making it look like my parents were home. Keiichi. I need to answer the door. Hello? Maebara-san? Sorry, someone seems to be at the door. I'm going to go see who it is. A guest? I see. My apologies. Should we end this phone call now? That would be a problem. No, I'll be back in a second. Do you mind if I just leave the phone on? It's fine, I don't mind. I dropped the handset on my bed and dashed down to the door. I needed to make up a good excuse to get them to leave. I had a hunch it was the lady who called right before Oishi-san did. In which case it would be one of the neighbors who's friends with my mom. Don't answer the door, Dumbo. Keiichi's been making dumb decisions all along. I'll just say mom isn't feeling well and went to bed early. That would be the easiest option. Found trail mix good enough. Trail mix is good too. But the thing with trail mix is I always like the peanuts and the chocolate the best. The rest I don't really care about. It would be hard for her to wake me. It would be hard for her to ask me to wake my mom up if she's not feeling well. The bell continued to ring at regular intervals. Sorry if I'm eating. If someone didn't answer after you rang the bell so much, you'd normally give up and go home, wouldn't you? Not this one. Without removing the chain, I opened the door slightly and peered out at the visitor. A chill ran down my spine. I knew it. Somewhere deep inside, I had prepared for this moment. Eh? I tried to escape by imagining it was the easiest person to deal with. One of my mom's friends. Gamer snacks. Yes. Gamer snack. Good evening. Rena. There shouldn't be any reason for Rena to come over at this hour. The timing also made me feel uneasy. Because it was just as I was about to ask Oishi-san about Rena. I wish I could have chalked this up to mere coincidence. But those unsettling words from Mion several days ago echoed back to me. There's nothing this old man doesn't know. Are you alone, Rena? Yeah. It seems that Mion wasn't with her. Impending horrific death has never looked so cute. Yep. It seems that Mion wasn't with her, but that didn't change the situation at all. Why did you come here? Hey, Keiichi-kun. I'd like you to open the door so we could talk. Can I come inside, I wonder? It was true that speaking through a chain door wasn't the right way to talk to a classmate, but at my house the chain has to be on at night. Don't worry about it. Then it can't be helped, I guess. Rena pouted rather sadly. But she kept smiling at least, and her effort to keep that smile up was quite pitiful. Even though she was tugging at my heartstrings, I didn't lower my guard. As long as I stayed like this, even if it made my heart ache, my life wasn't in danger. What I really feared was more than the possibility that hoodlums would assault me if I removed the chain. Was trusting Rena enough to remove the chain, and having my friendship betrayed. As long as the chain was unlatched, Even if it made my heart ache, I wouldn't have to deal with being betrayed by Rena. Since it didn't seem like I'd removed the chain from her silent urging, she appeared to give up on trying to get into the entranceway. Oh no! Have you eaten yet, Keiichi-kun? No, I haven't eaten. Since my mom wasn't there, dinner wouldn't be ready no matter how long I waited. I have cup nudes, Rena! Cup nudes! I laid down when I got home, was woken up by the phone, and didn't have a chance to eat since I used up all that time talking. Rao-san, welcome! Arigato kite kurete. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for coming. Woo! I'm playing Higurashi. I was going to have cup noodles in any case. I could just eat one whenever I wanted to. No, not yet. What about it? Hehehehe. Then good. Look here. I brought a bunch of dishes. Waifu? Waifu material? Tenshi. Rena-chan, maji tenshi. Rena had a stack of boxes wrapped in a cloth. Oh, Kirishi-san! Hello, I didn't see you here earlier. Welcome, thank you so much for coming to my stream. Arigato! If I could use your kitchen, I can heat up the miso soup and other stuff. It's fine, you don't need to do that. But there's a lot of tofu and vegetables in it. Does Keiichi-kun not like that type of stuff? I wonder. There's no way I wouldn't like that. I love miso soup with lots of ingredients. White radish, carrots, burdock root, and potatoes. Dense and fibrous root vegetables. Yeah, that miso soup looks incredible. I also brought rice. Oh wait, I also brought rice. So if you microwave it, you can eat it really quickly. Without a doubt, rice needs miso soup. Stuffing rice down your gullet. Sipping miso soup in between ravenous bites. Oh yes, how wonderful it is to be born Japanese. Okay. Even a game of Minesweeper has this many red flags. Also, I made some more pickles. I made sansai pickles this time. Whoa, sansai pickles are good. Yeah, those are tasty. Rausa. It's because he thinks she's deadly. I don't know if she's actually deadly, but he thinks that she's trying to kill him. Keiichi's the MC, yeah. Yeah, last time she brought Keiichi some mochi, and Keiichi felt a needle in it. We don't know if there was actually a needle, but he felt that there was one in it. So he's really like doubting her. Yeah, he's really suspicious. Before I'd moved here to Hinamizawa, I scoffed at the mountain vegetables called sansai. But I was captivated by their charm the first time I tried them. Sansai udon oishii yo ne. I really like sansai udon. Yeah, it's really good. Sansai is mountain vegetables. Yeah. Tasty. Such a deep yet light flavor. The vegetables from the supermarket were tasteless and bland compared to these. If you had to describe them, then they were the vegetables for the uninitiated. To become an expert such as myself, you first had to partake of sansai. It was common knowledge around here that the Ryugu family's traditional pickles were wonderfully delicious. No matter what kind of pickles they were, they'd go so well with the fluffy white rice. And also, but wait, there's more! So delicious, it just seems so delicious. Farewell to my unhealthy self who said he'd make do with cup noodles. He's giving in, guys! Rena appeared to be in good spirits and she was offering such a delicious sounding dinner. The stress evaporated from my gut and hunger reared its voracious head. Yeah, look up sansai, it's really good. At the same time, my wariness of Rena suddenly dwindled. Rena did say she was alone. It shouldn't be a problem letting her inside. Though the possibility that it was laced with poison still hadn't been ruled out. At that moment, a cold chill ran down my spine once again. Oh no. I couldn't understand why such a sensation had occurred just then. But the voice inside me was sounding the alarm. Wheel, wheel. This happy Rena speaking of this charming dinner was dependent on one premise. And that premise was that tonight dinner hadn't been made at my house. Meaning it was under the assumption that my mom, who should be making it, wasn't here. Yeah, where's Keiichi's bat? Keiichi, come bring your bat. Dude is gonna die. Who's gonna die for sure? At any normal household, 7 o'clock would be around the middle of dinner time. He wants the food, his hunger. He can't hold back his hunger. If my mom were here, we'd be eating dinner around this time as well. The fact that she brought over all the makings of a meal at this time was inherently strange. Unless she knew. Rena, did she know that my parents weren't home? Well, there was also the chance that this was a bluff. I had turned on the lights and a bunch of other stuff to make it seem like my parents were here. There was a chance that Rena was unsure if my parents were home, but I had to wonder. The laundry, the garage, the evening paper. There were plenty of signs of them being hastily tidied up. It was hard to say that Rena didn't have a chance to determine if my parents were here or not. But there was no reason for me to confess that right now. I should try holding on to the fact as long as I could. First of all, the chain was still latched. As long as I didn't take it off, Rena wouldn't be able to do anything to me. Oh wait, this is him. I'm quite grateful, but dinner will be ready pretty soon. Huh? Is that so? Is that so? I know you went through all the effort and everything, but well, unable to think of a good way to refuse, my words trailed off weakly. But some of this could work as side dishes, I think. I'm sorry. We have more than enough already. Rena just keeps getting rejected. I don't know how to feel about this. I'll eat some pretzel. Rausa. The easiest way to get to a man's heart is through his stomach and a long curved blade. Alright. My mom always makes quite a few sides. So. Huh? You have side dishes? With a smile that bordered on a cringe, I dodged her questions apologetically. But the feeling I tried to ignore began creeping up my back again. I spoke as if my mom was setting down dinner right now, but it didn't mesh well with what Rena was saying. Yeah, it is. It's her catchphrase. Like, she always goes like... So in Japanese, she goes like, kana, kana, at the end of her sentences. So, in English, it's like, I wonder, sort of thing. Or like, just a repeat of what she's saying at that moment. Yeah. It's her catchphrase. Rena was talking as if she was aware of some obvious fact. And that, I was aware of it as well. So Keiichi-kun can cook. What did you make, I wonder? She knows his parents aren't home. Oh no! No. Well, it's not that when I had assumed out of nowhere that I had made the dishes. You could just say he made ramen, right? Right, Keiichi? Just say that you made... Wait, this isn't working. Oh no, she knows. What? There's no way out of this, is there? No. Not so much that I'd made them, but rather that my mom hadn't. Did you really make them? The side dishes? Did you, Keiichi-kun? It wasn't me who made them. My mom did. No, she's making them. Right now. So you see, I'm sorry, but I can't eat what you brought. Rena fell silent at that moment. At that moment, I felt that the light had suddenly disappeared from my eyes. How about I try guessing what Keiichi-kun's dinner will be? Just leave. I'm scared. It doesn't matter what I'm gonna eat. Let's see. The conversation might appear natural at first glance, but Rena was firmly in control. It felt like I was being interrogated. Rest in pepperonis. Yeah, dinner, I wonder, is it something that can be made with just hot water? Ah, indeed. Instant nudes. She got it. Okay, now she doesn't seem that harmless. I think she's just messing with him. It's a joke. It's a joke. Hey now, stop with the insults. I can't believe you'd belittle my mom's extravagant dinner like that. Tickets sold out full capacity already. It's that amazing. I tried my best to put on a strong front, but I couldn't grip my teeth quite right. Yeah, Rena is kind of a stalker. So instead, I looked like someone who was borderline hysterical. But Rena showed no reaction whatsoever, even to that silliness. Hey, Chika, did your mother really leave you dinner? No, you see, she didn't leave me dinner. She's making it right now. It's almost time for dinner. Rena had taken that assertion of mine, that my mother was home and making dinner right now, and was completely ignoring it. Yeah, she can read people really well, too. I could tell that the more I panicked, the colder Rena became. Hey, Keichika? At that moment, an uncomfortable chill crept in from the gap in the doorway. Is your mom home, I wonder? I couldn't keep up this charade anymore. Rena, she knew full well that my parents weren't home. But I'd come too far to admit that now. Anyway, my parents were here and we'd be having dinner soon. That was the situation I had concocted. So I answered. I told her she was here. She's here, of course. Yeah, Keiichi just closed the door. He's keeping Oishi-san waiting on the phone, too. Of course, I could feel the humidity drying out from the surrounding air. Rena's eyes were becoming even more frigid, piercing me with their gelid glare. Ah! Why? Nande? What do you mean? I tried acting casual, but the facade was torn off me the instant I looked into Rena's eyes. I don't like this BGM. That look informed me of Rena's response faster than she could open her mouth. What the? Why have you been lying to me, I wonder? I'm not lying. I'm gonna eat some pretzels. やばいことになっちゃってね。うん。レナちゃんにまた嘘をついてしまった。We lied to Rena again. This was bound to happen. That's a lie, isn't it? It's not a lie. Lies! 嘘だ! What the? 嘘だ. Rena's outburst sent the jolt surging through my body. ごめんね、レナちゃん。ごめん、許して。Please forgive me. Rena and I were still separated by what a few inches that slightly ajar, but still chained door could afford. But despite that, I was still being cornered. My house, which I'd considered a safe haven until now, had become more like a dark alleyway where no one could ever save me. Shall I guess your dinner, Keiichi-kun? Let's see. Kirishi-san, I thought this was a dating Nope, it's a murder mystery series of visual novels. Sound novels, they're called, sorry. Yeah, murder mystery series. Yikes. I knew now that Rena had already known that my parents would not be here tonight. But it was still so strange that it had come to this. Even if she somehow knew that my parents weren't home, there was no way she would be able to guess what I'd be eating tonight. But Rena said she'd guess. How could she guess it? How could she know it was instant? Cup noodles. That's right, isn't it? That I was going to eat. Sorry, guys. Somehow I feel like this conversation's more dramatic than it's supposed to be, because come on, it's just cup noodles. Wait, the cooking repertoire of a man who can't do housework is probably nothing but cup noodles after all. Looking at this statistically, it was the most probable answer. そうそう、ショックすぎじゃない。Yeah, isn't he way too shocked? Anyone could guess that if he was home alone, right? And had nothing to eat and he's a dude that doesn't really cook for himself. Yeah. That didn't mean she was guessing. I don't think you'll be full with just noodles. I think having rice and stuff will definitely hit the spot. Just take the food and eat it. I'm sorry, Rena. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. This was just a coincidence. Rena was just reading certain tales of mine. So the fact that she was inferring what I was thinking alarmed me. But it wasn't as if she was actually reading my mind. If it was being read, then she was a demon. No, not a demon. Things like that. They couldn't possibly exist. Do you like them? Do you mean noodles? No. What is that? What is that? 何これ? Rena indicated that the point my answer was addressing was wrong. Her rebuttal was so short that I momentarily didn't understand the words Rena had spoken. What is that? Sorry, Rena. What did you say just now? Huh? About what? Just now, you asked me if there was something that I liked, didn't you? It wasn't long before I regretted how carelessly I'd pushed forward with that question. It was such a simple answer, that's why I wasn't able to comprehend it. Was I supposed to be scared there? Sorry, I just thought it was hilarious. She knows what flavor of cup noodles I like. Oh no! Everything is over. Yeah. そんな大げさなことではないでしょ、これは。Pork bone and ginger flavor. I wondered how I appeared in the moments my mind went completely blank until the moment I was able to recover. As my field of view began to distort, slowly swirling in a counterclockwise direction, I lost all sense of balance. Why do you know that? I didn't even deny it. That was a type of frenzied state I was. She got him. How could Rena know even this? Not even caring as I mashed my head against the door. I fixated my gaze on Rena. But she didn't even flinch when she saw me do that. I certainly did buy them. I bought a bunch at once. I bought a whole case. How? Oh wait, no. Kome. I thought that was Rena-chan. Kome. I certainly did buy them. I bought a bunch at once. I bought a whole case. How could you know that? Why, I wonder? Quite strange, isn't it? Isn't it? How could you dodge the question at a time like this? The chain and the door suddenly were no longer protecting me. How do you know? Why do you know? Answer me! You bought them at 7th Mart. Didn't you? A shiver ran up my spine. Guys, we're doomed. 終わりだ. I accept my fate. I tried covering it up with an angry facade. Like I said, why do you know that? I was behind you, following you the whole time. What are you saying? I couldn't understand why she was saying she'd been following me all this time. That's because Rena was right behind. Wait, is that what she's saying? That's because Rena was right behind Keiichi-kun's back the whole time. Like that night? The night I was absorbed in my phone conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't even sense her being there, standing behind the door. Behind me, standing there, just like that? Heard of getting the robot Shinji-kun. This is closer than him door, Keiichi. When Keiichi was picking out the noodles, I was watching the entire time. You picked out so many different flavors, didn't you? Then your mom got angry. If you were going to pick the expensive ones, then you should just pick one type, she said. Then Keiichi-kun picked out that big box of pork bone and ginger flavor that he loves so much, didn't he, Uwu? I like it too. Pork bone noodles. But I can never eat a whole big bowl by myself. My brain was paralyzed, dulling my senses. It might have been a defense mechanism to diminish the fear I was feeling to non-traumatizing levels. With the fear of being diminished, the fog enveloping my mind was cleared away. Then I could understand what Rena was saying and started to put meaning behind her words. Even so, my fear hadn't subsided completely. It was like I was standing at the edge of a cliff, eyes closed so I didn't have to look down. It didn't actually solve any of the basic problems. I slowly took a step backwards, and as I withdrew, Rena advanced? Is that what it said? Yeah, Rena advanced. So, Keiichi-kun, can you open this? We can eat dinner together. I'm sure it's going to be delicious, so, okay? It will? Rena's pale, slender fingers squirmed through the crack in the door one at a time, as if they had a mind of their own, rattling the chain. If she had unlatched the chain from the door, a feeling of terror would have just exploded within me. Rao-san, you should! It's funny. I can't do the male voices, but I'm trying. For Keiichi, I just gave up. I'm just reading it in sort of my voice, but lower. If she had unlatched the chain from the door, a feeling of terror would have just exploded within me. But Rena didn't do that. She was simply imploring me to remove the chain. She was doing her hardest to light the fuse to the powder keg in my heart, trying again and again. Clatter, clatter. But it doesn't light. It doesn't light. Open up, akete. Keiichi-kun? Please go away. I beg you. Please go away! How can you say something so mean, I wonder? Please go away! Go away! Go away! Deteke! The powder keg inside me finally went off. No smoldering, it just exploded. I tackled the door. The force to the door had knocked Rena momentarily off balance. Oh my gosh. Shit's happening, guys. William Sum, hello! I'm not sure if you just got here, but welcome. Thank you so much for watching my stream. I couldn't hesitate here. I grabbed onto the doorknob with both hands, planted my feet firmly, and pulled with all my might. But that slamming sound I so desired didn't happen. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I could feel a tiny disturbing bit of resistance. Oh, I didn't even read it. I could feel a tiny disturbing bit of resistance keeping the door from closing. And the source of that was Rena's fingers. He's slamming Rena's fingers down. Each of those fingers wriggling, squirming around like the tendrils of a carnivorous plant through the crack in the doorway. It hurts. It hurts, Keiichi-kun. It hurts. Itai yo. It wasn't a harsh shriek, but more of a yelp she was trying to keep back. Go away, go away, go away! I kept on pulling on the door with all my might. I didn't even realize that if I didn't loosen my pull on the door, at least momentarily, Rena wouldn't be able to pull her fingers out, and that was why the door wasn't closing. It really hurts, Keiichi-kun. I'm sorry if I was messing around too much. Ugh. Gomeng. I didn't care one bit for her apology. No matter how much she apologized, it didn't change any of what she had done up until now. Well, I guess we're breaking Rena's fingers now. It didn't change anything. It hurts. It hurts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go away. Go away. Go away. Rena couldn't leave even if she wanted to because I trapped her fingers. Rena's white fingers had become deep red and were no longer even squirming. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gomenasai. Go away. Go away. Go away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rena's apologies were occasionally twisted with pain, but like a broken record. She was intent on repeating it over and over. Is the dude still on the phone? Yesn't? Go away. Go away. Go away. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I pulled on the door even harder. Finally, Rena's fingers were somehow able to slip out from their imprisonment in the doorway. The moment that happened, the door closed soundly, and I could hear the thud of Rena falling on her butt on the other side. I locked the door immediately. It made a loud clunk, voicing my rejection to Rena. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gomenasai. Keiichi-kun. Gomenasai. Akete yo, Keiichi-kun. Open up, Keiichi-kun. Rena leaned against the door, apologizing profusely and nothing else. After confirming that I was sufficiently sealed off from her, I trudged away from the entryway. On the other side, I could still hear Rena echoing her apology. Gomenasai, gomenasai. Those pitiful words, they would be forever seeking my forgiveness. I didn't feel bad about this at all. But that wasn't out of any sort of malice. I felt a sort of hazy sense of relief that I was able to escape from Rena. Before, Mion had threatened me at this doorway, saying there was nothing she didn't know. And just now, at the same place, Rena told me the same thing. My feeble attempts to disguise the fact my parents weren't home had served no purpose from the start. Bro, she just said she just needed a ramen you ate. Was it that, like, bad? Chill, bro? I almost feel like he needs to chill. I should have just pretended to be out and not even opened the door. My meager plans hadn't helped at all. In Hinamizawa, it was impossible to outwit them. Even though I was on the other side of the door, I wanted to get as far away from Rena as possible. One step, two steps, with each one her sniveling apologies became more distant. I sprinted up the stairs and dove into my room. As you would expect, I was finally no longer able to hear Rena repeating her endless apology. Diving into my bed, I was startled by the hard lump I felt. There was something in my bed? It was a receiver. That's what I thought. Jeez. I finally remembered. I was in the middle of a call with Oishi-san. Looking at the clock, apparently not much time had passed since I went downstairs. Could it be that my clock had run out of batteries? What does he mean by that? Like 3 minutes? It felt like an eternity. Didn't it feel like 30 minutes, guys? I'm pretty sure that was like 30 minutes. I had talked with Rena for so long. How did almost no time pass? But the hand on the clock was ticking forward 1 second every second as usual. As I put the still warm receiver to my ear, time, which felt frozen, began moving once again. Hello, Oishi-san? Oh yeah, guys, the background... Don't worry too much about the background art because it's pretty much the same for most of the game. Like, they just reuse it, so I don't think it's supposed to hold any meaning, even if the windows are open. Yeah, I think he was delusional. I think maybe that whole Rena-chan scene, because he's going crazy, he perceived it as threatening, but it really wasn't, and he actually just ended up, like, smashing her fingers even though she didn't really do anything wrong. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh. Hello, Oishi-san? Sorry to keep you waiting. No, not at all. I didn't wait that long. It became apparent that the amount of time that had passed between myself and Oishi-san was different. Over the phone, I could hear an energetic voice from a sports program or something. It drove home just how far away Oishi-san really was. レナちゃんは悪くないよね. Yeah. Rena came just now. Wait, why is the music calming again? She just smashed her fingers. Did she come to play? I wasn't confident that I could coherently explain the situation to Oishi-san. But I didn't need to right now. Right now, I needed to talk about Rena. That's right. I was planning to ask Oishi-san more about Rena, but Rena's little visit had interrupted the conversation. What was true and what was false, I couldn't tell. The one thing I knew was the single grim reality that Rena was suspicious. I might be able to figure something out if I asked Oishi-san about her. Up until now, I'd regretted it whenever I forced myself to ask about things that I was better off not knowing. But, looking at it that way, you could say I'd hit rock bottom. There was no possible way I could feel any more regret than I did right now. No, rather, I wanted to know if there was anything beyond this I would regret more. This calming music isn't really helping right now. Same. 普通、人はドアに指を突っ込むことはしない。確かにね。Yeah, normally, I guess people wouldn't stick their fingers through the door either. That's just dangerous. そんだけケイチ君のことが心配だったんじゃないの? Maybe she was that worried about ケイチ君. No, rather, I wanted to know if there was anything beyond this I could regret more. Cute girl came over, showed some twisted, dead-eyed expression, and scared the bejesus out of me, so I broke her fingers. That's messed up, bro. I agree. Forget about tomorrow. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility for something to happen tonight. I wanted to know everything I could. I was absolutely not going to die like this. Not without knowing anything. I definitely won't. Regarding Rena Ryugu-san? I did a bit of digging. Yeah, well, it wasn't much. I understood that Oishi-san was talking in circles. A bit meant I dug so deep it'd be hard to discuss with you since you're her friend. I want to know everything from your research. I don't think you'll be very interested in what I have to say, though. Oishi-san. I spoke as calmly as possible to Oishi-san, who was continuing to avoid the issue. And then I said it. I think Rena Ryugu is suspicious. Even if the past incidents were from Oyashiro-sama's curse, Rena Ryugu is involved. Do you have some sort of proof that makes you believe Rena-san is suspicious? The manner in which Oishi-san spoke became very firm. Do you have some sort of proof? That was him talking as a detective. I only have circumstantial evidence. I see. I could tell even over the phone how disappointed Oishi-san was. Pulling on the fishing line when he felt a bite, only to reel in the bait. Disappointed but ready to cast the line once more. That's how it seemed. But if she really wanted to kill him, wouldn't she have put poison in the food or something? And then he could have just taken the food and not eaten it and showed it to Oishi-san or something, right? For inspection? I don't know. That's just what I think. 証拠ならさ、レナちゃんが持ってきたね、お弁当をいただいて、それをおいしさんに見せればよかったかもね。おいしさん、you can't do anything without physical proof, can you? What I meant was you can't come and save me without proof. I stuck that barb in there. As Oishi-san loved roundabout ways of saying things, he understood me just fine. It's fine, Maebara-san. I'll protect you. I'll protect you, says Oishi-san. Thank you. That was not the least bit reassuring. Oishi-san was just using me to continue his investigation. I was just going to get killed and my corpse would be an important piece of evidence. That was all I was to him. Or you're just gonna disappear. Whether I'm alive or dead may be of no concern to your investigation, but it's all over for me when I die. Oishi-ruto. Oishi-san went silent on the other end of the line. That may have been too blunt, but I didn't care. All I needed to relay to Oishi-san was that I was currently in a very dangerous position. So please tell me. Tell me about Rena. Satoshi transferred out, not too far in the future. I'll probably also do a Rena called transferring out as well. But you won't be able to find my corpse. ちょっと待って、喉ガラガラになっちゃった。Sorry, my throat just kind of went raspy. Okay. You haven't even been able to find Satoshi's body yet. Alright, Maebara-san, please calm down. I was already suppressing my agitation even without Oishi-san having to tell me. It wouldn't solve anything if I continued to scream about my mistrust in the police. It would seem that I could only depend on myself and the bat Satoshi left behind to protect myself. Then I at least wanted to know about what happened before Rena transferred schools. Newbie Adrian-san! Hello! Welcome! Thank you so much for coming. Arigato. You're aware that this won't be very interesting, right? Are you sure, Oishi-san? Oishi-san, realizing my resolve couldn't be swayed, finally caved. Right now, to me, there is nothing that I'll find uninteresting. Please, there are a few things I need you to agree to. Okay. Please keep this confidential. Also, part of this may be speculation. Not all of it may be true. Are you still interested? It might not be true? I don't understand what you mean. There isn't one main investigation for the mysterious chain of deaths in Hinamizawa. Each one is treated as its own individual case. Thus, Rena Ryugu has never been linked to any of the investigations. Basically, you see, this isn't an investigation Rena done by the police, and is a personal inquiry is... Oh wait, this isn't an investigation Rena done by the police, and is a personal inquiry is what you're telling me. This will make things a lot quicker since you understand. All of it is either from phone calls or meetings and interviews, so they aren't corroborated. I'm asking you to take this all with a grain of salt, is what I mean. Do we have an agreement? All of it is just from what you heard? Yes, my apologies. It's all from my personal investigation, you see. That thing, before you said you saw Rena's chart, didn't you? I'm sure I heard you say that. Oishi-san paused for a moment on the other end of the line. I told you that too? Ho ho ho! Please pretend you didn't hear anything about that. What? I didn't care about Oishi-san having certain obligations and responsibilities. I also didn't care if there was no proof. Even if they were just rumors, there's no smoke without fire after all. Please tell me, Oishi-san. Understood. Oishi-san finally opened those tight lips of his. Okay, guys. Battery-kun's on my potato PC is down to 25%, and I think I need to end the stream.ポテト PC のね、バッテリーがね、もう 25% まで減っちゃってるから、ちょっともう配信終わりにしないといけないんだよね。the pain. The pain. Did it save? Okay. It saved. Man, this chapter is not ending. ねえ、この章全然終わんないよね。第11かな ?11 章。Is that how you say it? 日本語わかんないけど。うん。全然終わんないんだけど。This chapter hasn't ended. I have a laptop. Yeah. I'm using a laptop and I have it hooked up to a monitor. Yep. Sorry. Sorry, I meant laptop. Yeah. I meant laptop. I just call it PC. I call it potato PC. Let's see. Quit game. Let's get out of this music. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna finish the game today. 今日終わるかと思ったんだけど、もうすっごい長いね。It's so long. I really thought I was gonna finish it today. Cliffhanger. Rao-san. Nice. So guess what that means? I said that if I don't finish it, I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. So, tomorrow around the same time? I think, yeah, tomorrow at the same time. So tomorrow I'm gonna start at 9 p.m. again, Eastern time. And I'm gonna see if I could finish this game. 明日また同じ時間に配信します。イースタンタイムの9時なんだけど、夜の。で、今度こそ、クリアできるといいんだけどね。Corpse Party, oh my gosh. I've actually seen walkthroughs of that. Or people like playing it. Playthroughs, yeah, that's what I meant. I've seen playthroughs of Course Party. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, so guys, remember that tomorrow I actually have another stream too. ちょっと待って、I'm gonna pull up my schedule. ちょっとスケジュール表を見せるね。Okay, so this is my schedule for this week. So today we did this. 今日はこれだったんだけど、明日、はい。明日はね、昼の2時。So at 2 p.m. EST tomorrow, I'm gonna have this stream. I'm gonna go window shopping. So you guys could watch me window shop, one of my hobbies. Yeah, and that's gonna be at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, and there's the other times here. これは明日のイースタンタイムだと、昼の2時に、自分が好きな可愛い服をウィンドウショッピング行くんだけど。ぜひ一緒に見たかったら、はい、配信に来てください。Yeah, window shopping. And then, here it is. Higurashi until finish. I didn't put a time for this, but it's gonna be tomorrow at 9 p.m. はい。このHigurashiも、クリアまで明日の、はい、9時に始めます。はい。イースタンタイムの。Yeah, hopefully I could finish it this time without my PC dying. If my PC still dies, then I mean, I tried, right? I couldn't help. But I'm pretty sure we're really reaching the end. もうそろそろ終わりだと思う。And then, Friday, I'm also playing a game at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm playing Invento. はい。金曜日は、インベントの実況プレイです。はい。It's a puzzle game with cute cats and bento. パズルゲームなんだけど、可愛い猫ちゃんとお弁当の。Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And Saturday, in the morning, I have a scribble collab with Taro on Taro's channel with some other streamers, some other VTubers like Yurika-chan. Yeah. はい、これはコラボなんだけど、I also have one more stream, but I don't know if I'm doing it Saturday or Sunday yet. It's the violin request stream. はい、バイオリンのリクエスト配信もやりたいんだけど、それはまだ日曜日か土曜日かにやるかわかんなくて、I'm gonna have a Twitter poll for it. だから Twitter の方で投票をしようと思う。投票作ろうと思う。Yeah, so when I put that on Twitter, please vote for it, okay? Vote what day and time works for you. Alright? Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Oops. Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow 2 p.m., okay? That's Eastern. The other time zones are listed on the schedule, so you could go look at that. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern again for Higurashi. Woo! Oh, Steven-san, you don't have a Twitter account? Go make a Twitter account! And follow me on Twitter. Yeah! Let's connect on Twitter, because I really post a lot of updates on Twitter. Let's see. What else did you guys say? That was an adventure. Yeah, it was. You have such a great community here. Yeah, thank you. I love everyone. My listeners are the best. Emuri さんたちみんな大好き。I might not make the first stream on Thursday because of school, but I definitely make it to Higurashi stream. Okay, no worries, no problem. Yeah, I just happen not to have any afternoon classes. So that's why I'm streaming in the afternoon. I like to hit different times when I can. Yeah. Now you could catch up a bit on Higurashi. Yep. Steven-san. Don't worry, I have other viewers that don't go to school, yeah. I'm a college student, so. 17, I see. So you're still in high school. 頑張れ. Ikalori-san's working too. Woo. Like right now? 頑張って. Good luck at work. Yeah. I see. Man, everyone's already working adults. Not everyone, but some people are already working adults. Well, thank you so much, regardless of what age you are. Thank you so much for coming to support me. みんなありがとう。配信見に来てくれて。Thank you so much. Math is hard. I agree. I'm not good at math. Math is hard. みんな頑張ってね。仕事でも、学校だったとしても。だから学生の人は、 まあ、学生や高校生の方は学校頑張って、勉強頑張って、そして働いてる人は仕事頑張ってね。はい。Yeah. Alright, guys. So I'm gonna end the stream here before my PC dies. Can't wait to get a new PC during the Black Friday sale. I'm gonna start looking into stuff. Yep. Alright. Wow, Tai-san, you're young, yeah. I'm glad everyone's here to watch me, though. Everyone could enjoy VTubers. Yeah! To the archives! Thank you! ありがとう、ルックさん。Alright, guys. 明日の昼またね。またね、ダグさん。Thank you so much for coming. またね。はい、バイバイ。おつえむり。おつえむり、everyone. Thank you so much. ありがとう。またね。はい、また明日。バイバイ。おつえむり。ちょっと待って。I wanted to do something but I forgot to do it. はい。おつえむり。バイバイ。バイバイ。